we are live. There we go. Hello, everybody. So far I've only heard that Aztec is not going to be here this week, so as far as I know, everybody else should be here. As far as I know. Let's do a ping. There you go. And post. And post. All right. And then this is up, this is up. Everything is good. Welcome, Shino.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm alright. How are you?
Doing good. Surviving the heat as best as I can.
Yeah, shit's been rough.
Yeah.
How's it been where you're at?
It rained a bit today, which made it feel a little nicer, but other than today, it has mostly been very like I have to leave my AC cranked up all the way to hope I don't die. And then I still feel like shit from the humidity. So
well, then die.
I would really prefer if you didn't, but I understand how you feel.
yeah, I'm working on it, okay?
Dan, you don't understand. We get to take over Chef's role as leader of book club.
Bro, you want to take over book club right now?
Want to take over as leader?
There's
No,
a
not
lot
really.
involved with it. There's a lot. I know you guys don't see it, but there's a lot that goes on here. All right.
Don't worry, I've seen from the book club quiz. Okay, a lot goes into it.
I feel like you'd be pretty happy to let someone else take over for a bit.
No, but then I can't say I'm the best anime book club host you've ever heard of because they might hear about
that's
another
true.
one. You know, they might know about another one now.
True.
Right now, I'm the only
No.
one. It's not true. I know of like at least another book club related to anime, but I don't think they do them as live streams like we do here. But I know of at least one other group that does it.
I like the idea that if anyone takes over for you and they become better than you, just automatically.
No, it just becomes harder to say I'm the best one because, you know, people have different preferences
it
for
opens
things.
up the possibility.
Yeah. Like, most likely I'll still be the best one, okay? I've been doing it for 90 episodes now, alright? It's kind of hard to compete with that much skill and experience.
Yeah, he's got a monopoly on being the host.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Hey, listen, you guys want to take turns being host? Fine by me. Ooh.
I just
Welcome,
don't
Ari.
think I do a good job.
What's fine by you?
Damn. They're talking about taking my job as host. Which, I mean, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you guys want to try it out, you know. Shadow specifically, I want to see how that goes. You got this, Shadow.
Ask me when I'm sane.
When's that going to be? Do you have like a date plan for that, or
Do
you know like a time frame?
I want to say 21st.
Oh, we actually do have a time frame for sanity. Okay.
Yes, that's when I graduate.
Oh,
So I got my internship finally.
everybody knows once you graduate, that's when all the problems go away.
Do they not go away?
No, you immediately enter the workforce, and then you have a whole different set of
I mean-
problems.
I mean, to be fair, the problems do go away. They're just replaced by newer, different problems.
Much like replacing a book club host, okay?
I mean, I'm working and doing college. I don't see the difference. It just sounds like I'm getting rid of one of them.
It's
Yeah.
fine, Shadow. You'll understand when you're older. Don't worry.
So you always appeal to that. I think at some point. you
It's
just
not
gotta
going to be
tell me.
wrong. It's not going to be wrong. You're going to understand it when you're older. It's not wrong.
I know. I feel like you use it a little too much. I feel like
I mean, it helps when you're like the youngest member of the group, so, you know. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident in saying you're the youngest member of the group.
unless
I mean, I don't know how old Anne here is, but I assume they are older than you at least. So
Oh, you know.
it's just a wee 19-year-old.
Yeah, sure, man.
You even argue with that, and I hate you for that.
all right. I believe Aztec said he was not going to be here, and I think everybody else is here, right? We're not missing anybody.
What about Coda?
Oh yeah, go ahead, ping Coda real quick. Okay, Coda's going to be the host tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Coda's
She did
read
the
all of Pandora Hearts, all 20 volumes already. Was she here in the beginning with us on this, or was that?
No,
Nope.
that was Sailor Moon.
That was-
She has not
that
been
was-
here for months.
Yeah, that was one of the other
For
series where
years
she was with us
even.
for the beginning and then she left. Was that Sailor Moon?
I think that was Rosa Maiden.
Rose and
That was-
Maiden. Okay, yeah, that more makes sense.
It was that and Sailor Moon, actually.
No, yeah, she was here for a little bit of Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope
See,
Coda's
the
doing
memories are
okay.
bleeding in for the rest of you.
Listen, Coda's always welcome to join back in for another series, okay?
She is
And
not
she's
listening.
in a witness protection.
Coda is
program.
listening. Coda listens to all of the VODs. Coda listens to every
Okay,
VOD, and she likes all the videos like all of you should be doing, okay?
She-
And
she's only allowed to watch government screened media.
she watches the Twitch stream and the YouTube stream, all right? And she remembers to do the login redeem on the Twitch.
You
She
mean they're
does
not
all
putting
that.
this on animebookclub.gov?
Not yet, not until I buy that, okay? I'm working on the .gov.
Not until you become the president. Don't worry. That's happening.
I think that's possible. Yeah,
Do
I
a
think I
better
could do
job.
it. I think I could do it. Listen, you go from anime book club host to president. I feel like it's a reasonable, path.
Again, more qualified than the current guy. So
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, I'm
maybe.
going from Anime Book Club member to the tax man, so I don't know. Doesn't seem that far of a stretch.
Listen, as long as you figure out, okay, how to launder my money, all right, avoid the
Yeah.
taxes, we're all good.
Your version of Everest is clown
We make
world to me,
listen.
okay?
All the money we make from Anime Book Club, okay, what are we supposed to do with it? Okay, well, just give it to the government.
All
That's
these
not right.
millions that we make.
It's so much,
talking
okay, it's
about
so much.
Anime.
I mean, honestly, it probably.
like 2, maybe 3.
I mean, honestly speaking, the Anime Book Club streams probably make more money than my regular streams just because of the fact that they live on my main YouTube channel, which does get views. So it probably gets a couple cents a month.
Wait,
So
we're on YouTube.
and Twitch.
You mean I'm a
Oh
star?
my god. Yeah, oh my god, all at the same time.
Well-
Oh my god.
Holy
also on-
shit.
We're still on Kick, right? Allegedly.
Well, technically we are. Nobody goes there except for bots, but we're technically on there too.
We haven't gotten kicked off yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Listen, one
Okay,
day
off we-
One
Hold
day
on.
we will get a genuine kick viewer who's like, oh, I wonder if anybody's doing anything anime related on this website. And they're going to scroll past the hundreds of restreams of like fucking Dragon Ball
yes.
Z and Naruto that are being played probably and Fairy Tail and shit. And now all the way at the bottom, they're going to see the book club stream. They're gonna see that image of Uncle Oscar, okay, from Pandora Hearts, and they're gonna click it. That's what they're gonna do. Anyways,
Yeah, sure, man.
anyways, I think we're ready to get going. Let's get going here. Stop stalling, okay? All of you guys are stalling.
Chap, I think you're the one stalling here.
That's fucked up, Shadow. Why would you do that?
Chap, you play Melfi. What are you talking about? I did the master of stalling here. Well,
Yeah,
what's
okay.
the win count?
Love
Oh, you
stalling.
attacked for 1,000. Ooh, scary.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Kalantosa. Anyways, let's get going. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time. We are here to continue our discussion about Pandora Hearts, volumes 19 and 20 this week. But before we get into that, let's introduce our guests here on the Anime Book Club. In alphabetical order, as usual. At the start, we have Andromeda. Introduce yourself.
Hi, that's me. My name's Marianne, or Anne, whichever you prefer. As for a recommendation this week, I'm gonna say... Yeah, Silent Hill 3.
Based, hell yeah.
It's
Yippee!
fucking good.
Is that
Fucking
is that-
based.
is that getting a remake?
Not that I'm aware of, not that they've announced.
Okay.
I wish it would. Just
It would be
please,
so fucking good.
please. I need to play it.
All right. Thank you so much
Need
for
to
that.
see
Anything
that
else?
little bunny in HD.
Nope. Oh, God.
In HD. All right. Thank you so much for that. Next up, Arimia Alice. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Armia. I like shonen shit. The newest chapter for Degraven came out, so you should go read that.
That's still
like-
being updated.
Shut up, shut
How
up,
many
shut
chapters
up.
are they at now? How many?
255.
Oh my
That
god.
is too many chapters.
I thought they forgot about it.
Let's get into One Piece levels here.
Well, it's only updated once every 3 months.
Oh no.
We got like 12 pages this chapter.
12 pages?
Fine.
3 months for 12 pages?
What
What?
pages?
Was there...
Fine.
There's a lot of text on those pages, right?
Fine.
Right?
It's fine.
Right?
It's fine.
Clearly,
Fine.
Ari has a passion for lost media.
Blink 3 times if you're in trouble. All right. Anything else you got for us?
Hold on, all right.
Other than tears.
What shadow?
Is the writer for Degraming the same one as Hunter x Hunter?
No, you
No.
don't.
Damn.
No, she just
No, there-
she has a lot of like wrist problems and arthritis
Oh,
problems because
okay.
drawing
Arthritis, no.
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter
you know,
author has back
drawing
problems.
a lot. It hurts your wrist.
That's true.
And if you keep doing it and churning out 40 something page chapters every month, like it was, you're going to hurt your hand, and that's not good, Shadow. And that is why it's on a 3-month schedule now. Yeah.
Which is fair. It's fair. You sound like you're in
Aren't
pain.
seems happy about it.
Yippee!
Listen, it's like if Pandora Hearts were biblical, but also actually gay, okay? I need them more than once every 3 months. And I will suffer. And that's what
Oh,
you
boy.
should too, and that's my recommendation.
Okay. You got anything else for us?
No,
Thank you,
I take that
Beatrice.
time.
Okay, thank you. All right. Next up, me, Pandora Borg, aka Wolfborg, aka Chaplin, aka the best anime book club host ever of all time. We've established this in the pre-show. Okay, I just am. It's just a fact. Don't need to talk about for now. Okay, I just am. All right, jot that down. All right, jot that down right now. This week, I remembered to write down my recommendation for this week, because every week I think a recommendation beforehand and then I forget it by the time we start. So this time I wrote a few down in case the vibe kind of changed for what I want to recommend or whatever, okay? Because it does change sometimes, okay? So I got a couple options in front of
Character
me.
development.
All right, I got a couple options in front of me here. And for now, right now, I'm gonna go
New
with
game?
recommending.
New game?
No,
New
I've
game?
already done new game. New game is not on the list. I
Title,
considered.
title.
No, I've already done that too. I considered recommending Sword Art Online, the light novel, but I think I briefly did last week too because I've
We
been
did last
rereading
week,
that.
yeah.
So I didn't want to bring that up again here. So instead, I'm going to be recommending the Boogie Pop and Others light novel, which I have been trying to. I have it digitally, but I want to try to acquire the physical omnibus release, which I almost was able to, and then when I went to check it again, it was like sold out where I was trying to buy it, so I'm trying to find it again. So the Boogie Pop and Others light novel. I've only read the first volume, but the first volume it's amazing. Okay, it is an incredible experience. The anime is a very different creature. From what I remember, it covers all the same things that happen, but it just does not hit the same. At least the newer one. I don't know anything about the older Boogie Pop anime. But I would highly recommend the Boogie Pop light novel. So go check that out. That's my recommendation for you. Next up, Sinner Shino. Introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Shino, President Cute Girl Enjoyer, and my recommendation for this week is Muramasa, the visual novel Sukiyaki Muramasa.
Yeah, let's go.
It's really good. Though you need to read the content warnings, and it's like a mech action thing with lots of dudes fighting. There's also lots of cute girls fighting, but yeah, there's a lot of violence in that. It's
Yeah.
good.
30,000 content
No,
warnings.
I love violence.
I'm also a big fan of violence too.
But
I
Let's
love when
go,
there's
let's
content.
go. Content? Oh my god. That never happens.
play it while you still can.
While you still can. That's
Don't
so
worry- don't worry.
ominous.
Don't worry about that, Shadow. That's another thing. Listen, things are happening. Don't worry
Isn't
about it.
there a payment
Anyways,
processor you forgot to ask?
I tend to forget. All right. Well, thank you for that, Shino. Next up, Sinnerman V4. Introduce yourself.
I'm sure the thing I recommend this week is paying taxes.
Are we doing that? Is that a thing that we're doing now? I thought we just pay the
Yeah.
payment processors and then die. I didn't realize we had to, like.
No.
I haven't done that in years. Was I supposed to?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, say it on the YouTube VOD so that the
Well, I don't think
knows.
like they can't like use this as evidence or anything, right? Like they don't-
I played
of course
Section
not.
13
They're
of the
never-
Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Well, we're in America. Does that apply here?
No,
I mean, you may have to move to Canada soon.
You just have the Fifth Amendment.
If I move to Canada, will I be safe from the fact that I haven't paid the government in years? Yeah, here in the U.S., will I be safe
That's-
or
Well,
will I
you
like
feel the
will I
Canadian
like get
protecting
deported or
you.
something or like am I
They'll
good?
protect you up until America drops nukes everywhere,
Oh.
and there isn't
Well,
really
then
anything
I
they
don't
can
really.
do about that.
Yeah, I don't think they can do much beyond that once that happens. Okay, well, I tried.
Yeah, so that's a good couple years.
Okay, all right. You got anything else for us, Shadow?
Enough time to finish Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, all right. That's
That's
true.
what matters.
That's true. All right. Thank you so much for that,
sorry,
Shadow.
Time to finish Rosed Maiden.
Oh, God. All right. Thank you so much. Next up, Emily Fan Club. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm the Emily Fan Club president, and this week I recommend not starting 3 different side projects in 1 week. Because that means you can't recommend a game because all you're doing is working on a bunch of stuff.
But starting a new project when
Don't
I have a
listen to
bunch
them.
of
Start
others
the
is
new
always
project.
the way to go.
Start the
Come
new project
on.
right now.
I let
always
the
feels
voices
good.
win. I let the voices win. I'm seeing another game jam on my radar.
Oh, no.
The voices are winning right now, so that's what I recommend.
But-
Listen to the
trying-
voices.
Spaghetti's
Been
just like,
trying to get her
Spooktober's
to
right
the
around the
Yowie
corner,
Jam.
too. Yowie Jam,
Listen to the
Spooktober.
voices.
Start
Oh,
that new
boy.
project. It's good for you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's good for me.
Good for you.
For me.
All right.
What do you think, Emily? Should I join Yowie Jam?
Oh, I think I heard her. I think she said UP. I think. I don't
Whoa.
speak
Pretty sure that
Emily
was Ari.
fluently. No, I think that was Emily.
Does anyone speak Emily fluently?
Okay, but have any of us seen Ari and Emily in the same room at
I
the
haven't.
same
No,
time?
that's true. I have not.
That's
I have not.
I have-
true.
I haven't
It's
seen.
like saying someone can fluently speak Torontonian.
Can they?
No.
I don't know many people that
Okay.
that say Torontonian. I don't know many
I
people that do
literally
that.
Well, that's
never
the
heard
first
that
problem.
said before today.
Is Toronto, like, do they have like an accent, a very specific accent
I don't
compared to
No,
Canadian
they don't.
people?
Someone
Or?
just made one up.
I don't think that
Oh.
that's a real word, and that Shadow is continuing to attempt to sound Canadian by just coming
I mean,
up
it's
with
working on me. I'm
Canadian
not gonna know any
labels.
better. So
Sorry, wait. Why is he
Is this
a
trying to
long
sound
con?
Canadian?
Because
Is
he's
he
in
like
Italy
actually
and
from
orbiting
somewhere else?
Earth.
Oh,
listen,
You
Did you
okay.
not
I'm
know
sorry.
this
I
lore?
I
Shadow
was
is an
unaware of this lore.
alien.
I'm sorry.
And I'm
He's
I'm
orbiting
getting it
Earth in
square.
a spaceship, and that's why he doesn't quite
Yeah.
understand going on of things.
Human
And mozzarella
customs or
sticks.
Is that why the
civilization.
ISS went down?
No comment.
Maybe.
Invoke the 13th.
I think it
God damn
did.
it, I'm losing it.
listen. All I know is that I was reminded earlier this week that the Toronto Raptors exist, and I don't watch sports, but I was just like growing up, I was just like, wow, that's a cool fucking mascot. So I'm a simple
look,
guy.
good.
That's all I know about Torontonians. Okay, they got the Raptors. Anyways,
Never say that again, by the way.
well, listen, you're the one who started this. Emily, anything else? Big Eddie, anything else?
No, not really.
All
It's
right,
been,
thank you so much.
Been a
Cool.
week. We're having fun. We're
Why do
doing
you
a lot of
say?
things.
Maybe, perhaps too many things. It sounds like.
It's okay. The voices say it's gonna be fine.
Oh well, if the voices say it, then yeah, we're good. We're good.
You got this.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get started with our discussion about Pandora Hearts volumes 19 and 20. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how long this is gonna go. I don't personally, I didn't really feel like too much actually happened this week. It was
What
pretty
do you
much
mean? There was plenty.
it was a lot of continuation of like some of the backstory stuff for how this got set up to where it was now, but a lot of it was just retreading some of the existing stuff and then adding on a couple newer things, which we'll talk about the newer things that were added on, but it primarily seemed to be just more reveals related to that, as not much presently is happening, is how it felt to me, at least. I don't know if other people feel differently, but
It felt to me like the main thing this week was getting Oz back to the emotional state that he was in before all of the
Yeah.
reveals started happening.
right.
It was just kind of
That's a good
undoing
way of
that
putting it.
damage, as opposed to actually progressing the plot
Right.
in a more direct manner. But
Right. Which
that's not-
I'm fine with.
I mean,
yeah.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's not about it. When I say it doesn't feel like a lot happened this week, that's not like meaning that like that this week's reading wasn't interesting. I still felt a lot of the reading this week was interesting, but event wise, it was more so just a lot of like reveals and like dialogue with the characters, which again, perfectly fine. I guess where we start with this is, so we had a couple things. I will just say, first of all, we got some more backstory slightly about Alice. I was getting confused as all hell about what was supposed to be happening in some of those scenes. It was supposedly supposed to be her remembering things now, getting her memories back, because supposedly the memories that were erased before were not hers. It was the other Alice's who is the other Alice.
one.
So it sounded like they just kept calling each other Alice. So was the one that was not the Alice that we've been following? I don't know if I've been misunderstanding. Is she supposed to be the Intention in the Abyss, or is this not what she's supposed to be? I don't know if
I
I'm.
thought the other one was the Intention of the Abyss.
There's like the white-haired one that I'm thinking is the Intention of the Abyss, but now
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, because the one we were following.
I mean, it's kind of both the Intention of the Abyss, because it was
Sure, yeah. But they're like a split personality kind of existence. At least that's how you could describe it in a way. They both inhabit the same body, but really they're like an abyss kind of split personality thing. So, like they'll just like take turns with the body and like try to talk to each other or whatever it sounded like. And so the intention kind of pulls the other Alice in to have her remember things and actually give her back her memories of stuff. And it seemed like we'd gone into a flashback of the tragedy of Sablier that I was not understanding the events of what was happening for. I think what confused me a bit was the fact that, like, because we now know that Oz is the bee rabbit, and we called the bee rabbit Oz, and we're saying that we're going to save Oz, but like during the tragedy of Sablier was really fucking me up. I had to reread that section a bit because I was just like, wait, are we in the present, like right before Oz got fucking shot, or or is this supposed to be the tragedy? I think from what I understand, that was supposed to be a flashback to the tragedy, or like a moment of that bit. But I wasn't entirely sure. It seemed like Alice, I mean, everybody this week hates Jack, which naturally, based on how things have progressed with this, everybody hates Jack and they want to save Oz. And Alice specifically is trying to. It seemed like
but
the
also
goal.
We needed to milk drama out of whether or not some of them actually wanted to save Oz.
Yes, that was another thing too. It seemed like Alice's plan with this kind of stuff was, I'm going to forcibly take the powers of the bee rabbit, so that Oz cannot be abused by Jack again. Which it looks like it got blocked by the intention of the abyss, and then like a explosion happened, and then we moved on. I was confused at what exactly happened at that bit, and I wasn't sure if I was meant to know and understand what happened there, or if it gets revealed more so exactly what happened later. I think
You should be used to this feeling by now.
no, I mean, it just was more confusing here in this instant because I was also getting fucked up about what's a flashback and what's not anymore. With that section, and I couldn't tell like what was actual people being there in the scene versus these two talking to each other in their head, because chain magic bullshit. Like I was like, okay, I mean, I understand the point of it is to try to get us to see more of Alice, remembering her past and their past relationship with Oz more specifically, and the realization that Jack is the problem with all of this. I mean, that's the realization a lot of people had this week. Some apparently knew this far longer than others. Okay, talking specifically about Oz's father, Zai, well, air quotes father, okay, and Uncle Oscar, who's on the cover that we have here today. Everybody's remembering all their past stuff related to Oz and all that. We had Gil had him remember more about his past. He's realizing everything now, I think, about him, and he had like a fucking badass moment to try to save the day this week at least. The badass moment, I kind of say in air quotes because the badass moment was, all right, you can take my arm. I don't need that. I'm just gonna save Oz. And then
arms are for trumps anyway.
Okay, I gotta just. I'm so annoyed at that because they have that moment, but then also they like have the build up to that moment, and then they cut away like before anything actually happens, only to flash back to the moment itself like a little bit later.
Yes. Yep.
And it feels like there's a lot of just.
There's a lot of flashback and flash forward and flash present and flash front.
It's
like,
kind of it is going somewhere, but it does feel like this week's rating is a lot of just it's spinning its wheels.
Yeah. It felt to me a lot of like, okay, we are in the end game of the plot I have written out now, but I only have so much time to wrap this up, and I need to cover a lot of the grounds of what I'm doing, but it's I don't get a whole arc of like 1 or 2 volumes like I did for last week. I don't get that anymore. So we're just gonna sprinkle it all in the middle of everything, and we'll just make it kind of the charm of this is that, you know, you may be kind of mixed up at like what's happening to whom and where, kind of blending it or whatever, which personally I would have thought that made sense if we were going more towards the time travel angle of this. It feels like, strangely enough, we've kind of abandoned that angle of this, because I was right in my prediction, which was also tied to my mistake of continuously calling Oz Jack. I was correct in the early assumption that Oz will just turn out to be Jack. However, I was incorrect in that I had assumed Jack was going to be Oz that we know, who had traveled back in time after he became much older and then started the events of the plot through that. That was my assumption at the beginning. Instead, Mochizuki,
such a weird misdirect.
You know, yeah, because we included the time travel bit, and
because there's all that time travel, and then in the end, it's like, oh no, he was like getting younger.
That's a separate time travel. It's not like really time travel. Like
yeah,
it is time shenanigans, but it's not related to the actual time travel. Don't worry about it.
Fucking getting Benjamin Button.
Yeah, he's getting Benjamin Button.
Over
and
over.
At least 3 other times, because it's been like 300 years. So yeah. Actually, it's kind of it would be more than that though, because he specifically, Jack says after the events that happened, okay, there's a reincarnation cycle thing, I guess, of like 100 years or so. I forget if this was when this was explained to us, I guess, but the 100 years bit, where Jack is no longer a part of that cycle exactly anymore. It goes to baby up to when he had died during the tragedy, and then we go back.
Then back down. Yeah, then back up, then back down, then back up.
Goo goo gaga.
So I don't know how old Jack was at the time, but you know, if we assume it was something like 20 or 30 or whatever, then it's like, okay, so we're just repeating it like that. Okay. And we do it it's been like 300 years since the tragedy, so it's probably been at least like 10 times or whatever. But at the point where Oz was born was when Jack had reached the end of the cycles that would allow for him to remember or like hold his own like personality. It kind of like wiped out him at that point, and that's where he kind of convolutedly set up the Oz being our main character here. He finds Zai, and he says to him, your child that you're expecting is about to be born, like stillborn, I believe is the term. It's going to be dead right on its birth. And I am Jack. We are of the same blood in a way, because we're both from the Visai family line. I am going through the reincarnation thing. Don't worry about that. I'm about to regress back to baby mode just in time for you to swap out your stillborn child with me. But I will have a different personality, okay? You can call me Oz.
Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, nothing will go wrong.
Hey, chat.
Yeah.
This too is a Mineka reference.
Oh boy. Anyways. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they fucked it up here.
It's a very so like, here's what it does though. It is interesting in a way once you understand the background of Oz's character. It puts more into light several things, such as why Zai really hates Oz, despite like Oz having really done nothing wrong ever. And apparently I didn't even realize Uncle Oscar had a problem with Oz, and I didn't remember there being any hints of that prior, but this chapter revealed to us that this was apparently a thing he was going through too, which he then also overcame very quickly.
There wasn't any hints before this.
Because
I mean, we barely see him to begin with before this.
well,
but like,
that
you know,
that's
He
true.
He
That's
kind
true.
of dropped out of the story after like
that's
I want to say like the third volume.
Which is
Yeah,
why
like
I was
that-
surprised that he was on the cover for this week. I was like, oh my god, Oscar's on the cover. We just ran out of characters. No, he's actually in this chapter. What the fuck?
that's
And
one
maybe
thing
yes.
that I do think Pandora Hearts is not great about is just dropping characters and then bringing them back and drop. I've seen it in a couple other manga that also do this, but typically it's like with just like a couple of characters or like a group of characters where they're like, okay, now we're going back to like what I actually care about. But like with this, it's a lot of the who should be the main characters or like supporting cast, you know, like
Yeah.
Shadow posted a picture of Echo from earlier on in the volumes, and I was like, I completely forgot she's a character.
I like
was like,
Echo
oh, yeah.
too.
she has a whole like thing.
Some things
and,
happening here. Also, Zwei's back. How quaint.
yeah, and it's just like, oh yeah, she has a whole thing, but like she just like a few other characters, she just gets dropped at some point. You don't see like there's no
She gets brought back then to become a plot device as opposed to being like
Character.
that's how
a
a lot
character or anything that
that's-
really makes sense.
She showed up to
That's
be
how
comedic
several
relief.
of them feel. It's yeah.
It's I
It
remembered
feels like
Echo.
The mangaka got distracted by her affection for Elliot and Leo, and
I
just
would
kind
too.
of
I
forgot
would too.
everyone else
I would
existed.
say
I would too.
red-faced.
I wouldn't
That's-
skill issue.
You're just a hater. It's fine. It's fine.
I am. It's fine.
Speaking of Elliot, he comes back too. How
I mean,
quaint.
I mean, I won't lie though. I liked Echo. I wanted Echo to be more of a central part of the
Yeah.
story, but unfortunately, she was chained with Vincent, whose story no longer gave a fuck about Echo and instead focused on Ada, who also we forgot about. So, like,
And kind of was like explaining Oscar, but he didn't.
Didn't last long.
Did they ever interact?
Wait, who?
Ada and Oscar?
why would they? They're only family.
Uh,
I don't
they
even
were
remember.
in panels together.
I'm gonna be honest.
There
I don't
you
even.
go.
I don't even
Little
remember if
next to each
they
other in a page. They did. Okay.
like. I'm pretty sure they were there during the tea party where they took the photo together. I'm pretty sure.
No,
But-
I remember. They're hold on, no, I remember now. They're talking about Ada's boyfriend, and then they looked at Gil.
Oh yeah, that bit happened.
But were they doing that with Ada?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
she
that's
was
what I was wondering
there.
about too, because I remember they were at the academy, and I couldn't remember if Oscar actually met up with Ada in that chapter. I couldn't remember because I remembered Oz eventually found Ada and Elliot and all them, and then the plot kicked off with the Baskervilles showing up. I couldn't remember if Oscar actually met Ada at that time.
Okay, remind me next time. I'll double check that.
Well, supposedly Oscar was writing letters to Ada at least. We knew about that towards the
Yeah,
beginning.
it doesn't. They don't necessarily have to have interacted like majorly, because there's a certain amount you can take on faith, like, oh, this is like a familial bond, and they do know each other and care about each other and all of that. But it just feels weird, especially
That is-
because Oscar is like this character who gets brought back, and like this is Ada along with Oz is like a huge part of his motivation apparently
Yep.
for doing anything, and they never talk.
That
Which
is
is
a
funny
very
too,
funny
yeah.
point to bring up because it's like, yeah, they are really by the standards of this series, they should be like the closest
Yep.
of
Yep.
any of the familial members. Like it seems like Gil and Vincent don't really talk like in the time that Oz is away, but like Ada, like that's Oscar's pretty much her only like parental figure.
Yep.
So aside from letter, like, yeah.
But you see, Ada would need to be a character that we remembered existed for more
You
than
see, Ada's a
2 seconds. Yeah,
And for
I
once,
didn't
it's
want to
funny
say it,
correctly.
but
She's too busy with her Umi Necro plot. We understand. We understand. I will remember because I brought this up in past streams before too. Okay, Oscar. All right, when Oz comes back from the abyss years later, he's not asking at all about where's Oscar, where's Ada. Like the only 2 people that he would know and give a shit about, other than Gil, who he's already seen in the future. I mean, he doesn't realize it's him at the very beginning, I think, but we very quickly realize it. And then,
as well established, he only really cares about Gil. Everyone else,
so we don't ask. Like Oz doesn't ask questions about them, at least that we don't see it at least. And then Oscar just kind of shows up in the middle of a arm wrestling, like I wouldn't say a spin-off chapter, but like not really plot relevant chapter.
Comedic.
Yeah, comedic
Yeah.
chapter. That's what. Yeah, it was just like a slice of life chapter of them going to town for I don't even remember the reason, which I think eventually. I don't remember if that was the same arc, but it might have
Weren't they
eventually been the one that
hunting
became the.
weren't they hunting a chain or something?
I think they had heard rumors about it, and then he had met Philip West, and then that all kicked off, I think. But initially, it felt much like we're just going into the city for a slice of life chapter. We had an arm wrestling bit, and Oscar just shows up at the arm wrestling bit, and we just act like nothing happened. And I'm like, oh, all right, well. No conversation about. I mean, I think they talked and they said hi to each other or whatever, but I'm just like, bro, this is how we're bringing them back in. This is how we're gonna do this, Mochizuki. This is how you want to do it. And part of me thinks it's mostly because like they didn't really plan for Uncle Oscar to really play a huge significant role, which surprises me, given that again, like you mentioned. He's probably the only parental figure that Oz would actually respect. You know, that he would actually see more of like a father than his actual father. So it just surprises me that we did not immediately ask the questions about like, where's my uncle? Where's my sister? Where, like, but whatever, that aside, okay, when we get to the Oscar stuff that happened this week, I'm just like, was any of this planned? Or is this just stuff we're adding? Because some of the stuff was very much leading up to something. I knew once we were introducing the camera and the very specific backstory about the camera, I was like, okay, so this is a story that's going to come up later on. I just didn't know how it would factor into everything else. I don't think we've directly said what the story with Oscar was here on stream yet, but essentially it's... They knew the situation that Oz was not actually Oz. Oz was actually Jack, who believed that they were Oz. And Zai had explained this to Oscar, and also explained that Jack is evil, schemer, weird chain thing or whatever. Now I forget if he's classified as a chain or not, but he's evil and it believes, whether or not it's true or not, believes that not only did Jack insert himself to the family by like telling him that kind of stuff and then having him swap out the baby, he believes that Jack also was responsible for their child being stillborn, and Oz's mother dying, and for Oscar's wife dying, and all that. So it fueled both Zai to really, really hate Jack, and by extension Oz, because he does not see Oz as his own entity. And then Oscar more so saw Oz as a separate thing, but he had a lot of trouble as Oz was growing up, not also seeing the Jack side in his own mind, that like Oz is his own person, own personality, but Zai refers to this as like a thing that is evil, and you know, they are tied to the reason why my wife is dead and why I'll never have my child and I won't be able to take that photo anymore and all that. So I mean, it's a very powerful kind of backstory for that. It just felt like really sudden for a character that we rarely saw this whole series. And now we dump all this to us in the same volume that we kill him. Well, I assume he's killed here. He got stabbed through by Echo / Zwei, right? And that was sort of where we wrapped up this week. I don't exactly remember if that's exactly where we wrapped up this week, but he got stabbed through.
Just about, yeah.
And yeah, the Oscar backstory stuff, I like it in a way with how I'm kind of conflicted about how I feel because we've twisted a lot of stuff in a way, which is interesting in how we've twisted it. It is convoluted how we got here, but it's interesting knowing this context now for why these characters are the way they are. Oscar has always been a loving uncle, despite everything, because of the fact that he understands that Oz is his own personality, who is also just going through all of this. You know, an innocent child who had no part in Jack taking over his body. Well, I mean, technically the body always belonged to Jack, or that was another thing that was brought up. But the important thing being that Oz is not Jack, and Jack may be the one who set up a lot of the stuff that was very bad in place, but we don't necessarily even know. It sounded like the implication towards the end of this, a lot of stuff this week with Uncle Oscar, was that he does not even believe that Jack actually did those things regarding like Oz's mother, the child that would have been born, and Oscar's wife. He sounded like he sort of believes that he is using the idea of that to try to manipulate Zai and Oscar even further for, I have to assume, reasons of getting them to kill Jack and or send his body into the abyss. I have to assume it's something like that. But for why, I'm not entirely sure still. Again, I keep getting confused at the motivations of some of these characters because of the twists that we're having here. Which, again, the twists are kind of interesting because of the recontextualization. But where I get frustrated with some of the recontextualization is I don't know when it comes to Zai. Zai's whole thing is Oz is like, Zai hates Oz by extension of not seeing Oz as his own thing, only seeing Oz as just Jack pretending to be Oz, and believes that Jack was responsible for the death of his wife. Along with stealing his child, like basically killing his child and taking his place and tricking him into inserting him into the modern times and all that. And now, with the understanding that he believes he's been tricked the whole time and he hates Jack, and he's doing everything he's doing to try to get rid of Jack, it kind of feels weird now because, up until Oscar started saying, I don't even know if you've actually been doing these things, which obviously makes me think that Jack did not do a lot of those things. It kind of makes me, prior to that, I kind of was just like, yeah, no, I kind of feel like it's kind of a good thing that all these people fucking hate Jack and want to kill him. It just feels bad that Oz ended up having to feel like shit growing up because Zai is a piece of shit person who didn't know how to express that properly, I guess. Which also gets me into the interesting, I always like to focus on, because again, Pandora Hearts really excels with its trauma, the different ways that it represents trauma and the different ways that people handle it. Zai's focus when it comes to trauma is revenge. He wants to blame somebody else and blindly seek revenge towards them. So that's the edition that I really took out of this week's, at least. Whereas Oscar seems to be his was a bit more like accepting of others to care for in a way, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But
Oscar is maybe the only character in Pandora Hearts that actually fucking deals with it.
in a healthy way.
At all.
They all deal with it.
Yeah, they all deal with it, but some healthier ways than others, yeah.
Oscar definitely the most healthy, it seems, because like we see the flashback where he was not dealing with things great, but
But then he had that
like,
realization and then was
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, no, I've been
I've gotta-
fucking up majorly.
Yeah, I've got to confront this and actually do something different now. And it seems like he did change after that, because that's how we see him towards the beginning and stuff.
Right. Yeah, and
At least one person can listen and learn.
Some people I know.
And Mochizuki tried to give you a little fake out with Oz's background, not Oz, Oscar's background in a way, because they had a whole scene where flashback to Oz with young Gil. Both of them are very, very tiny children, and they break into Oscar's study, and he tries to steal the camera and tries to jump out the window with it as Oscar finds them, falls down into like the bushes or whatever with the camera. Oscar's coming out yelling at them, slaps Oz, and we cut out of that scene to like modern events still happening, and it's trying to be like, oh no, and now we're cutting back and forth to like the reveals that the Oscar knows what the deal is with Oz, and if Zai hates Jack / Oz like that, probably Oscar does too. And Oscar the whole time is just conflicted about whether or not he should kill Oz at that point. But then we recontextualize that later by being like, oh no, he slapped him not because he was doing something like, he was trying to steal the camera or whatever, or he just hated Oz or whatever. He slapped him because it was like you could have hurt yourself. What were you thinking doing something like that?
Because he got stressed and freaked out. Because
I'm not to say that it was a good reason to do it. You understand what I mean. Both are very different
we
perspectives for why he did that.
sparing the
I hate
rod.
you all. I hate you all. Okay, listen. You understand what I mean, okay?
It
Not
does
that was
really
okay
feel-
for him to do it. Yeah.
this feels like another thing about the reading this week just kind of spinning its wheels, because it sets up that initial like mystery sort of drama to maybe get out of Oscar like hating Oz and all of that, only to pretty much immediately be like, actually no, they're fine, it's cool.
We're good,
Yeah.
don't worry.
I don't understand what the point of this was. It's not that any of it is bad, it's just so weirdly timed.
Yeah.
Yes, so because a lot of this was kind of slower pace, except towards the end, of course. But like, it did feel like we could have had some more of it, a bit interspersed somehow in other places. Like, I don't know. Because like the last part was 2 giant flashback volumes, but before it, I don't know. But towards the end, because I was reading this earlier today, and I noticed how like several, I think it was at least 3 times, we had it repeat what Baby Jack tells Zai, and I'm just like, is this being repeated because this was a monthly manga, or is this just being repeated because like
Because babies don't remember that well,
I don't either.
apparently Zai doesn't remember well because he keeps bringing it back up.
On the first
like-
Twilight.
Because like you have to repeat some stuff usually towards the very beginning of a manga whenever it's like a serialized edition.
Right.
But with this, it was kind of like just in random parts where like, oh, and he told me this, and then he repeats the entire thing, and it's like, you've already said this, like, we've already had this mini flashback like twice now. Why are we doing it a third time? Like,
Roll it again.
repetition
Roll it
can
again.
be a very useful tool either for remembering something or for recontextualizing something. But reading it the way that we are, it's doing neither.
because it was literally like chapter after chapter in this. It was like 3
Yeah.
times in one volume, and I'm just kind of like, we could have skipped over again.
They just really want you to know that that's
Like,
why
even if it
this,
was literally just like him saying like the start of the thing or whatever, and then you just cut away and like we can put together that that's what's going on.
Yeah, like it was one of those things where I'm kind of like the pacing is just a little odd here. I'm not sure why we're repeating so much of this, and then like at the beginning we have the Alice gives Alice her memories back by showing Alice crying on the floor with Alice, where they go back into time where Alice decides to kill herself, and then Alice takes over Alice's body, but then Alice takes over again to become the bigger Alice to destroy her memories. And
I can't tell what either Alice
the will
wants out of
the
this.
Abyss, which is technically Alice, stops Alice from killing Alice, so Alice cannot kill herself or harm herself. So, and I'm just kind of like, okay. So that part we don't need to slow down on, but we do need to repeat at least three times exactly what Baby Jack told Zai. That's the part we really need to hammer into people. Okay.
It's an
Listen.
integral part of the story, alright.
Listen, your child is
Okay.
going to end up dead soon anyways, so why don't you replace me with them?
They'll never know.
Fuse in chat says maybe having multiple characters named Alice isn't a great idea. Well, it sounded like for a bit we had that solved because we were like, this one's Lacey, this one's Alice, and then Lacey fucking died and gave birth to Alice and Alice 2, and then we said, well, this
So-
Alice is
Oh.
the intention of the abyss.
A lot of people call the one that's all white.
Yeah.
Either the Will of the Abyss or Alice, spelled ALYSS, I think.
Oh, I see.
So they're both Alice, but it's spelled because it's like Abyss, Alice, Abyss.
Oh, I
those
see.
jokes.
Yeah, that would make
Yeah,
more
yeah.
sense if I was reading it on like a
Brain.
form or whatever, yeah.
But the official translation does not do that.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't even.
It was an Umineko reference.
Listen, I don't know. It's the same as the stuff from last week where they're trying to explain the world-ending goals that both sides have between Glenn and Jack, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck either of you are talking about, but supposedly both of you are trying to end the world in your own ways. I don't know who to root for. I don't know what you're really aiming. They talked about a vague concept about the chains that hold the world, and I'm just like, all right, well, I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened. Good luck. And now it's like, okay, now you know everything, Alice. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good for Alice, but I don't understand what the
That's
fuck
good for
just
Alice.
happened.
No,
I don't know
shit.
what happened. I don't know. But again, I'm just here like, okay, maybe further chapters will explain that bit more. You know, I don't know for sure. But the one thing,
Right out of time.
If I wanted to be a bit more charitable, there is, I guess, an argument to be made that at this point it's kind of reflecting Oz's own mental state, and that Oz is essentially reassembling his sense of self from the beginning.
yeah,
And that is just anytime that you are in a situation where that is something you're doing, that is a confusing, drawn out, unnecessarily repetitive process. But I don't. If I'm being honest, that feels like I'm giving the mangaka too much credit.
Oh my god.
I don't think so. That's been either.
Great idea, but
a lot of times with Mochizuki, I honestly
See,
do
there's
just
all
feel
these
like
fragments, and you click them.
you know, I honestly feel like a lot of, which Mochizuki seems to know how to make these really interesting characters and give them cool backstories and stuff. But, you know, it's just, again, the same thing they were brought up for several weeks. It's the whole, I'm tired of playing with you now. I'm going to move on to this thing now. And then, like, all right, I'm tired with them. Maybe I'll
Welcome
pick
to
up this
Yu-Gi-Oh,
toy
Jeff.
again. You know? And
Except for break.
Except for Break, of course. Kevin, our
Break is
favorite
so
Kevin.
I'm so
Somehow.
glad we left him behind.
Break is just tied up in a
Listen.
dungeon right now, right?
I love the trope of a guy who has every reason to hate this small child but ends up loving them. That's a very specific trope, but it is a
Right.
trope.
Yeah, it is a trope.
And I really love that trope. And so I do like
Why?
Oscar, but because it's sweet.
It's
because like,
heartwarming. Okay, where's your soul, Baguetti?
it's heartwarming that this
I
terrible
don't know.
It's in
person
Emily.
decides to grow a heart.
Yeah.
Good answer.
So I do like Oscar, but it is kind of thrown here at the very tail end of where he dies.
Exactly,
Like-
yeah.
Like it's not something to recontextualize like his life, or like it's like literally just like, well, I'm gonna kill him off, so now's the time to do it right
It's
before he
throwing
dies.
it's throwing in this potential problem of Oscar like secretly hating Oz this whole time,
Right.
which it really does just throw in now.
Yeah, because it was
Uh,
not there before. It was not.
It was not a thing that was established before.
Yep.
And it
Harry's
gets thrown
really
in
good at hiding
now
his
to
identity.
cause drama, and then it's immediately resolved through the flashback, which I'm just gonna say it, I think happened because otherwise Mochizuki realized she was gonna have to write about a woman again, and she didn't do
Stop!
Yeah.
It's a recurring theme, I see.
Like, I can't take the spotlight from break.
True. It's the
Yeah,
kind
like,
of. Oh, you go on.
I was just gonna say, like, let's be real. This was thrown in because he's dead. Like, because
Yeah.
she decided
Yeah,
to kill
yeah.
him off.
She's like he needs
I
an
do think
emotional
it's
death
a-
that he actually cares about. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do think it is a great recontextualization if it had been maybe a bit sooner
Yes.
and maybe not just because he's about to die.
It's the kind of
To
thing
really
that
give
I.
it more angst of like this, oh, you're really going to die for these kids, not just because you love them, but because you love them despite being so torn up and having no reason to.
Right.
That makes your
also-
death even
It's also the
sadder.
thing where like you can very easily imagine how you would like rewrite some of the earlier volumes, like have Oscar be not necessarily more of a presence, but
Even though he
have him-
absolutely could have easily been.
he very easily
Right.
could have been. But for the purposes of this, he doesn't necessarily need to be. You can just have what he does now. Maybe throw in one more appearance, like between when he last existed and now, and just have it be like that little bit more ominous somehow, like him, I don't know, just thinking about the kids and like reminiscing on something and just having this like weird malice towards Oz that doesn't
Yeah.
really go explained because it's just this thing. And then you get to now where he comes back and you've set that up more properly. So it doesn't feel like it's just being rushed through so that you're sad when he dies.
Yeah.
I personally feel like the fact that most of Oscar's scenes were pretty lighthearted, like he was the comedic relief.
Yeah.
I guess like
Yep.
even when he shows up right before, like in the scene where he basically ends up dying at the end, it's like a funny like, oh, it's Uncle Oscar type thing, and I feel like that kind of like makes him more endearing rather than being like
Oh, yeah.
gloomy and angsty like everyone else in the series, which I do like too.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even right before it, there's a little panel of him and Gil, I think, like laughing or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's the kind of thing where the kind of Oscar goes through like a redemption arc of sorts for a thing that we didn't realize he had to be redeemed for, and it kind of felt more so like I maybe would have wanted something similar to this kind of redemption arc, but for Zai instead. But that would never happen as he was currently established, because he was always just like, that thing should never have been born. We had no opportunity for him to be able to have that kind of arc, because he just is so filled with rage and revenge and all that towards Jack, and does not see Oz as a thing. But it's the kind of development
Well,
where
we literally
Right.
just saw his face, kind of.
Right,
Like-
yeah. Yeah, it's the kind of thing though where I'm just like, if I had like, Oz has like always been heartbroken about wanting his father to like acknowledge him and like accept him. It was the one time where he said, like, where they met up towards the remains of Sablier, and he was just like, oh, that thing, and just like walked away. Moments like that remind you about like how like Oz doesn't hate his father. He is heartbroken by his father and wants to be accepted by his father. And if Zai had the opportunity, which there's time, so I don't know what's gonna happen with Zai. Zai's not dead yet, right? As far as I know.
Not
It's the
yet.
kind. It's the kind of thing where if we
Word
had
on Pinzone, who knows?
if we had the opportunity for Zai to have a redemption arc kind of similar to that, it would be more justified and not feel completely out of place like it did with Oscar. And it would feel a lot more rewarding. With Oscar, it's like he has just always felt like a great uncle, a great like parental figure, just a general great person. There was never anything about him that made me think that he was a piece of shit or whatever. Like,
Speak for yourself.
I mean, aside from the fact that he just
Yeah,
did
Emily
not
told
show up to
her.
Oz after he came back, he just stayed away or whatever for a bit, and then showed up during an arm wrestling contest. If Zai had,
Hold up, wait. That would have been a fantastic place for Zai to have told him the truth. In that time period where Oz is gone, he tells him the truth of like, like maybe Oscar figures out like Zai did this, and so he confronts him about it. Zai tells him the truth, and so now Oscar is conflicted. Like, wait a second.
Right.
Wait a second.
So when he does
And
come
that's
back, this is why he doesn't. Yeah.
immediately come back, but then he still decides to be the nice uncle and stuff. That would have
Right.
been pretty
Right,
interesting.
But here he was specifically told before they had the ceremony, to try to kill Oscar, or not Oscar, Oz. Right. That was when he was told.
He was told like what, half an hour before he dies.
Yeah. All right, ceremony time.
All right, so I'm back and I'm gonna kill Oz because he's not my child. He's actually Jack. All right, and now you need to kill him for me. Got it? Good.
It's got to be done. Got to be
Feels
done.
like the writer
What a
just
nice
needed
guy.
time for a second draft.
I think it's just they need more time in general. It really does feel to me like I've been told I only get so much more time with my series at this point. Either that or I am just going to end it at this,
That's a good
this
point.
amount.
I didn't think about that.
That and also like this last, I mean, I'm reading it physically, so I don't know the page numbers exactly, but like it did feel like some of the last chapters were kind of smaller, so it might have been an issue of like maybe health issues or something, because she did
That's
have
true
to go
too,
on
yeah.
break for a while for Vanitas a couple of years ago for health.
Right. Yeah, that could also be a case of it too. Like,
because Pandora Hearts was a monthly one, and all of the chapters are typically like 40 plus pages, and that's wild.
right, yeah.
That is, let's give her some praise for that. The art looks great for
of course.
how
She
much she was
invented
able to
break,
turn out.
so
She invented break.
There's a lot of
Sometimes
things
you
I
have
can
to be-
praise, even in regards to her writing in general. There's a lot of things I can praise. Like again, I say this every week. I love the way that she handles like trauma thematically with every single individual character. I still love how we handled that and how we still find ways to introduce more of that, which is great. Even though we're like towards the end, I'm like, that's great. I love the
I've got
characters
so
we
much
introduce in
trauma.
general. You know, I love, you know, like. The problem though is just that we'll introduce some of these cool characters and then we're like, okay, but they're not a part of the main plot I have in mind right now, so they're going in back in the toy box. Cheshire Cat, wow, goodbye, stay over there. Okay, you're not dead or whatever, right? I don't even think they said the cat died. They just were like, all right, we're moving on from that. And then, you know, Echo just disappears until now. You know, we forget the Echo exists. I mean, I didn't really forget, but mine was just more of a I remembered Echo existed. I wanted Echo back. I forgot Zwei existed. I was just like, oh yeah, that was a bit. We have like
is very minor.
we have like 3 people in the series now with multiple personalities. Technically, we had 4 back when we had Elliot, I think, too. So you know, it.
And like all of them are just plot devices as opposed
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else would they be?
You know, like I
Why are you
don't
laughing,
hate.
Ari?
I can't say I hate Mochizuki's writing because there's a lot of it that I enjoy. It's just kind of like a bit frustrating in the way that we pace out some of these things, or like the way that we will just not really abandon but forget about things and then maybe bring it up later if we feel like it might slot well into the current twist that we've introduced. You know, because again,
Yeah, like I
I mean,
definitely don't
that's also
hate
just
it.
how writing works, but
And
it
that's
feels
fine,
like
yeah.
it feels like we're seeing it a bit more than you necessarily want it to be
you're
seen.
right. Yes.
Noticing it more.
Yeah.
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 'Cause
I definitely don't hate the writing, but there
Right.
is in my in-person book club, which is full of 60-plus-year-old women and myself. I'm always the
I can
one
exclude
to
yourself from the
comment.
60-year-old department.
I'm always the one to comment on like the story plots and beats and stuff. And the ladies love it because I will explain the batshit stories that I'm reading and why some of them don't work in funny ways. But yeah, I still enjoy the story, but there is some parts where I'm kind of like, so what was your editor doing at this moment? Because you know, I mean, this was published by Squeenix, I think, in Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
And I assume that there was still like, did you know like Shueisha? They all have like a big team for every bigger manga. So I assume that the Japanese release of Pandora Hearts would be somewhat similar, where she at least had like an assistant letter, an editor, the whole likes. So
Right.
what was your editor doing some of these points, Mochizuki?
They were doing their best, okay? Mochizuki's just like, look what twist I did this week. Now, you know, Jack was actually Oz the whole time, or vice versa. But like, it's not the time travel bit. See, some people might have thought it was the time travel. No, it's regressing
She really
and
just mentioned time travel and then just moved on.
and the editor's like, that's nice, honey. Go ahead, print
for
it.
all of this. You have an editor, ma'am. What was your editor doing?
Their
Like,
best.
The editor was trying to get her
Her
to bring
editor was
Emily back.
Emily.
I believe it. I believe it.
2 takes on the same joke.
editor Emily, I need to have a word with you in my office.
But listen.
I like you say editor Emily like you're a different person from just regular Emily.
It's
Emily-
it's an official title, Shadow. You would understand.
Emily
Okay.
does a lot of things, okay? A lot.
It's like
things.
being a witch.
Oh, okay. One of
Spaghetti,
the
what you think?
Yeah, what'd you think, Spaghetti?
I think
Don't make an Emily joke.
I guess I can't think of a new Emily joke now, but I will say that my issue is always the research and maybe leaning into something that has a deeper lore than just, Alice in Wonderland, Tea Party, Mad Hatter. Like, we got to go a little bit deeper. And I don't know. See, I don't know too much about the background development of some of these properties, of some of these mangas that are under a big publisher. So I don't know how many people get to kind of inform the work, but I do feel that it just suffers from that lack of literary research that I think would have been really, really good in this. Like, the art is there, the characters are there. I just wish that there was just like a little bit more, because I see it now with other stories that are kind of in the similar vein. When they at least try to do a little bit of background and incorporate it into the larger story, it's very good. Like, it's fun. It's like, oh, okay, I really like this. A lot of my favorite stories are actually like a fictional world where like all the fiction, like, Sherlock Holmes and Frankenstein and all these other stories have actually taken place in the world. I love stories like that. So I kind of think it would have been cool if it just had more of that Alice in Wonderland. There's so much you can go with and so much you can make up along the way. Like, you don't have to be a faithful retelling. But that's just always me. I really love when the story matches the visuals as far as the depth. And that's just what I'm missing here. Do I like Pandora Hearts? Of course. I think the art saves the day at the end of the day, though.
And that's fair. That's a fair, take to have. Because again, I don't think anybody here disagrees that the art is really, really, really good. I don't think, like, I mean, I could be wrong in how people think about it now, but I don't think I've ever really had a problem with the art in this series at all. I love all of the character designs. I think the only issue, which I've said before, is that some of the characters, like if Elliot and Oz were in the same panel with each other, talking with each other, sometimes I couldn't tell who was who unless, like, I saw a height comparison at times. Because some of these characters, if they're just like blonde boy with short spiky hair in this series, I'm just like, okay, but which one's which here? And now we have like two Alices that are just like, this one's Alice and this one's Alice with a Y.
Alice too.
Like. It's like, okay, well, things like that are pretty much the only other thing, but everything else about it and how it, like, presents its story visually, especially the double page spreads, are, like, always intense and awesome. Like, I don't think it's like I don't think I could have any real complaints about it. I think people in the past on these streams have, like, had criticisms about some of the designs of some characters, but I think overall, though, like, where a lot of this kind of has an issue, I think, the real core of the issue, I don't necessarily even think it's Mochizuki's writing style in general. I think it's the fact that she gets so excited, she introduces so many characters, and then doesn't know what to do with them all. And, like, makes them all super interesting, is definitely very passionate about all these characters, which you can always tell from the bonus memes where, like, we're, like, revealing more information about them, that's not even present in the manga, doing a whole bunch of fun stuff. We had a bit this week that was carrying on the joke about Gil's fear of cats. And they tried to be like, why are you really scared of cats? Now that you know everything, now that, in the plot, you currently remember all of your memories. Why are you actually scared of cats? He's, like, about to cry. And, like, the note on the side is saying, I wanted to actually explain it. There is an actual reason why he's scared of cats, but I was told that if I actually revealed it, nobody would like to playfully tease him with the cat jokes anymore. It is too sad, so I will not do that. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Like little bits like that, where like you can tell the level of how much care Mochizuki, the author, has for these characters, and that really shows with how they give these characters these emotional moments. The problem afterwards is with characters like Oscar, where Oscar was not really important to the plot anymore after a certain point, and we just forgot about his existence up until here, where we needed a sad emotional moment for Oz to be impacted by this. So he got to show up, have a redemption arc we didn't even know he needed, and then fucking dies. I'm assuming he dies. Again, don't know for sure, but I'm assuming he's fucking dead. So, things like that I think are where we have the problem. We introduce too many characters all at once for a series that's not like, taking the time to really focus on a lot of these characters. For characters like Elliot, we do. Elliot and Leo, they got a lot of time because they were like very good and also key important plot characters. But then a lot of other people introduce, like, they're just there for a bit and then we just forget that they exist, or they die like in the same chapter they're introduced, or we're doing a lot of focus on these things and jumping around back and forth with those instead of like just building them up and making them integrated as a part of the main plot more directly. Like we have the whole thing with Ada and Vincent. When the fuck have we continued that story? The last time I remember that story progressing was back when we knocked Ada out because she was about to fucking start killing people to defend Vincent. I think we just, because she didn't know what the fuck was going on, so we had to knock Ada out, and then I think we just moved on from that. I don't even remember when's the last time we saw. Was Ada the one of the joke ones this week?
Actually kill you.
One of the joke things this week had a panel which was like somebody saying a bunch of numbers, which I thought the joke was she was saying an IP address at first, but it was a series of numbers. It was a series of numbers, and then she's like,
she turned into the Rena meme.
Oh
yeah.
I have it. Here we go.
Yeah. All right, I'll show
I
this
love that
video.
panel.
It's a good panel, and she's like explaining, like, do you know what those numbers mean? Break? No, I don't. What do they mean? Oh, it's the number of times people have appeared in this volume. This person appeared this many times. Do you know how many times? You know what? Is the zero? You know how many times I showed up in this week? Was it
I
Oz?
just like how Greg had so much lollipops. Like he just carries them around.
He does have a lot of them, yeah.
I'm telling you, the pocket dimension, okay?
Oz appeared 142 panels, Alice in 108, Gil in 75, Break in 11, and to my horror, the number I had wondered before I read like everybody's name in the list. I was like, okay, obviously one of these numbers is going to be Emily, right? Emily's going to be one of these numbers. Break is there. I actually don't remember because Break is like tied up in like a dungeon in this one. Is Emily on his shoulder in this dungeon? Where's Emily right now?
Actually, I don't.
Emily is they put her somewhere else because they don't want to expose her to violence.
No, she's too dangerous. She must be contained in a separate room.
Oh yeah, we got to seal her up. Yeah.
They'll hurt a child, but they won't hurt Emily.
Soul said, what Chap doesn't know is Mochizuki secretly traveled to the future and grabbed their IP address. That's impressive. That's impressive, actually.
From the past.
And we finally remembered the time travel element that we introduced at the beginning and then completely forgot about. We went with a completely different method for it. We went with the cycle of Benjamin Button's disease and then fucking just aging in general. I said to myself,
aging fucks you up.
I also said to myself when we introduced that concept, I was like, wow, Mochizuki really wanted to try out all forms of trauma responses, including regression of just age. I don't think that's how that works when you're traumatized. I don't think you literally revert to baby, but I don't.
As a person who's dealt with
Boo-boo.
trauma myself, I can confirm this happens.
Is that true? Oh, okay. The accounting world gets wild if that's the kind of shit that happens.
Oh no,
over
this
there.
isn't counting. No. This was middle school. This was before
Okay.
the accounting got stepped in.
Oh, okay. So, you know, we gotta talk about another bit before I forget. We gotta talk about Gil. Gil had a little bit happen with this with Gil this week because we already established Gil's remembered things now. What exactly he remembered? I believe it was mostly just that he was a part of the tragedy of Stabling. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what they revealed about his trauma that he forgot, if it was
He
revealed.
won the basketball or some shit, something like that.
Yeah,
He's like one of the Baskervilles
it's like
and
I
was
thought he already remembered most of it. Like,
He
like,
entered with a contract with the Raven.
yeah, the
illegal
Raven
invitations.
contract. Because like it seemed like the reason why we ended last week with Gil shooting Oz is because
Wasn't it him getting the truth about Oz and then having to deal with like the guilt of having shot Oz and just him like chopping off his arm because there's like a mark or something on his arm that makes it so he can't defy Glenn?
yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing I wanted to bring
yeah,
up. That's the thing I wanted to bring up.
Glenn arm.
Glenn suddenly shot Oz because he became aware
You mean
enough
Gil.
again.
Gil
Okay,
shot
whatever.
him.
Gil shot Oz because he had enough like awareness to remember that he is supposed to be the valet of Glenn, and so this means I must shoot Oz before he realized he's like, wait a minute, but I don't actually want to shoot Oz. I just like it kind of felt like the moment he remembered he was supposed to be his valet, he's like, oh, I guess I'm contractually obligated to shoot Oz now. Oh, whoops. But then he's just like, okay, but if I terminate my contract with the Raven, then I won't feel like listening to Glenn anymore. Which really confuses me. And I think we discussed this last week. It sounded before like Mochizuki had established that in order to become the Glenn, you needed all of the great birds or whatever. You need all of them. But
You need Big Bird Sesame Street. That was one of them.
So is the magic just like incapable of popping up somewhere else?
No, sorry.
Yes.
It goes specifically here. No arm. Well, shit. I don't know what to do then.
Like why does that work?
That's a great question. Well, we also had another development related to that kind of stuff too. Another asshole of a development regarding this stuff. Apparently, Baskervilles can just have illegal contracts, and there's no clock hands on their
Downside?
incues. There's just no downside to it.
Yo.
Yeah, and they live longer. They can just have chains. Like
I thought about that at first. I was like,
They regenerate too.
I
Not
almost
the arm,
went.
though.
I almost went back to the chapters with Elliot with their contract to see how that worked, but then I remembered Elliot's a Night Ray, not a Baskerville, so I guess that's different. Which still
Well,
confused me.
don't worry.
Though,
You everyone's favorite reference for Baskervilles, Doug.
Doug, of course.
How could we forget Doug?
My favorite character.
I think my confusion is just
We're introducing a lot of shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it feels like another thing similar to the Oscar thing where we did not plan at all for this to be a rule. We just decided it was during the end game. And I'm just okay, all right, fuck it.
No time, Chef.
Fuck it, fine. The Baskervilles could just
It's like
have
a
this
time
with no
travel, we have
downside.
no time.
I'm just like, I don't think it mattered if you gave it a downside. We got no fucking more time left in this series anyways. We got 4 more volumes. You think he's gonna move the whole Incuse in like 4 volumes here? Jack's Incuse, where's that at
Speed
now?
runs, Jack.
Like, not
What
Jack.
else Rake's
Oz's.
Incuse doing?
Oh yeah, Break's still fucking alive. I was surprised that he's still alive at this point. I mean, he's not doing
great,
well.
honestly.
Oh yeah, sure.
You
He's.
can't break him.
Oh my god, good old Kevin. Good old Kevin.
Kevin
It
Xerxes.
was a make or break moment.
Look, Gil has this moment this week.
Fuck right off.
He says, and I don't understand the logistics. He says, okay, I don't want to listen to Glenn anymore because I want to protect Oz. So, Raven, burn off my hand that has the contract on it.
Hand, just the whole arm. Just get rid of it.
Which I guess the bird is okay with doing that despite knowing it will end the contract. And then immediately afterwards, Gil goes, all right, now let's start a new contract. But this one, it's going to be the illegal Baskerville one that's like super buffed. There's no downside. We're going to do that.
Illegal contract legally.
I feel like I read the burning as separate from the contract thing.
In what way? Say that again.
Because I thought it was that he got rid of the contract, which was connected to some like pocket watch, because the Baskervilles now have control of Pandora, who have the keys to turn off the contracts or something like that. So he's like, I don't want you to turn it off. I'm gonna do something else.
You're right. That's another part that confused me then. Why did we need to get rid of the arm then?
Because the mark.
Because then you don't get the visual of Gil without his arm.
Well, that is that.
It's not as dramatic. That's basically the whole reason.
Was that really the whole reason? Because I remember the watch was established, or whatever it was, that like the thing that he has is established to actually be the thing that possesses the contract with the Raven. But the arm had to be given up too because of a mark, I guess. And
yeah, because so then he has to
because of the mark
follow
that
Glenn's
was
orders,
controlling him and making him follow Glenn.
Okay, so we had to do both those things then. We had to get rid of the arm and get rid of the contract watch thing in order to establish the new contract and not be in control of Glenn anymore.
Yeah, we're doing. There's two separate things for two separate reasons.
Okay, all right. Because okay, I was definitely confused about that first, but now I think I understand it more. Okay, so he does all that, and then he goes to I mean, Gil at that point is just like, I don't care about all that shit anymore. I'm here to protect you, Oz, okay? I don't care, who gives a shit.
American way.
Who gives a shit whether you're real or fake or your identity, like, whether you're Jack or not. I'm here to protect you, Oz, all right? Like, I'm here for you, buddy. We're getting you out of here. We're all gonna be safe and sound. Our buddy Uncle Oscar is here with us. He would never attempt anything wrong, thinking about you.
Nothing wrong.
He gives a whole loud speech like because Jack takes over Oz's body at some point there. Apparently he had taken over his body for a while again, but like was trying to pretend to still be Oz to like trick them, I guess. And
one of those tricks.
Gil realizes this eventually, and they try to give us almost a fake out panel of Gil pointing a gun at Uncle Oscar, as he's considering whether or not, he's got to kill Oz in order to save the day. And it's immediately, I mean, I guess if it was in between chapters, like it ends one chapter, then starts the next, then it's like a month for the readers to let that sink in.
It was between chapters. I feel like it was pretty immediately like.
It might have been. I don't.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but
it might have been. I just remember that they tried to do that little fake out, and then they even made a joke in one of the bonus meme comics about the fake out. So I was just like, oh, but I had no intentions.
It's just what happens. Like so many times in this week's rating is we're going to do it. Nope.
Not a partner.
He points the gun at him, and then we go into, oh no, get out of the way, Uncle Oscar. That's not Oz right now. That's Jack. He's like, ha, you finally noticed. how long have you known? Well, I've known since then. Anyways, Jack is just shouting like, oh, Oscar is trying to kill Oz with this, and Gil's just like, well, that's a lot of bullshit. If you're gonna lie, you gotta do a better lie, okay? He would never fucking kill Oz, okay? He would never even consider the fucking thought. Meanwhile, he spent like the whole volume considering the thought. or at least he might not have been considering the thought, but it's
supposed to think.
We're supposed to think that at least. But
it's so fucking unnecessary.
Right. Because honestly though, like we said earlier, I understand we recontextualize a lot of things with Oz's background, but I never at all thought that Oscar was going to attempt anything against Oz. The only way I would have thought that Uncle Oscar would have tried to kill Oz is, if somebody else close to him was like being held hostage. Like it sounded like for a moment that Zai was almost threatening to hurt Ada if
Ada was
Oscar,
I forgot about her.
If Uncle Oscar didn't help with the coming of age ceremony trying to kill Oz, he was going to do something to Ada. Is what it felt like to me, because I think there was even a throwaway line from Oscar about, oh, so you're going to threaten others in order to get this to happen or something like that. I forget how it was worded. So I kind of had that implication there, but that was only in the flashback. That wasn't in the current series of events. It was just him contemplating whether or not to kill Oz to save the world, or at least that's what we're meant to think. And then they just, we just kind of are just like, no, that's never in my mind at all. Whether or not it was in his mind, it's hard to tell. But I mean, that whole bit happens, and then we have the whole interaction with Jack to be like, Oscar being like, I don't even think you were involved with the killings of this thing, or what. I had thought for a moment, because they have that whole moment where he says, what are the right words I could say to Oz to make him feel better, to reach out to him, to get him, to get him to feel accepted. He's and they have that whole emotional moment with that where he gives, like, I think he like hugs him, embraces him, and says like, it's fine, it's okay for you to be you, or something like that. I forget exactly what he says, but it was something very nice like that. It's a very nice panel. It's a very nice scene. I had thought Oscar was gonna take it even further. I thought he was gonna, because he was already talking about how Jack, was probably not involved with these other things. I thought the way he was gonna resolve that was to hug Oz's body and say, I accept you, Jack. I forgive you, Jack. We're here. Like, I thought it was gonna be something like that, because like Jack, at this point in time, Jack is just an entity that is pretty much alone. Like, the Baskervilles are like doing their thing. Jack is trying to get to Alice. Jack really doesn't have anybody else right now, and everybody fucking hates him. So I thought Uncle Oscar, being the god tier uncle that he was, I thought he was gonna like try to be like, listen, Jack, okay, we can help you out through this. Okay, we care about Alice too. Okay, obviously. So, and you're a part of Oz, which means you're a part of the family. You are literally a part of the family. So, I thought it was going to be something like that, which I thought to myself, there's still time for that. But now fucking Oscar's probably dead. So I don't know. But yeah, these were thoughts that went through my head. I don't know. Some opportunities could have been more enhanced for me, I guess, in that kind of way. But I mean, in the end, I still felt like we did what we needed to, in a way, in terms of Oz himself for these chapters. Everybody else, though, is kind of like a varying degrees of why did this need to happen like this, especially when it came to Uncle Oscar. But Uncle Oscar is still a character who's just like, I just like Uncle Oscar. He was just a great guy for the very brief time that we actually got to hang out with him. So, and then the same goes for Echo. I like Echo the very brief times I get to hang out with her. Emily, Emily's a fun character, A few hundred.
Speak these two volumes. That's cool.
That's true. Fewcentered Chat says, personally, I felt the bigger goal with the stuff with Oscar was to solidify Oz accepting that his loved ones care for him despite his origin. But again, it makes me wish we got more Oscar throughout. Exactly. That's the big thing with that. You know?
I think also the problem with that is that it's not affecting Oz directly as far as because it's not like Oz is learning all of this about Oscar.
Yep.
Oscar is just having this flashback, and
Yep.
Oz is going through some shit separately.
Yep.
Like, there is that tie there, but there's not that, like, actual connecting tissue that you would need to make that work, I think, the way that maybe the author intended it.
Right.
Because he just... Oz, essentially... Oscar has this whole moment, Gil has this whole moment. It's probably leaning more on Gil, and there is that, like, repetition again, but it's... Again, Oz isn't learning this, it's just being revealed to the audience while Oz is undergoing all of this.
Right. I just remembered, because I completely forgotten, not only did Uncle Oscar get stabbed, then they make it appear as if Zai shot him. I forgot that bit. You don't actually see it though. So again, it's another case of I don't know whether or not he's dead. They make it look like he got shot, and then you see almost like a little heaven scene where it looks like Uncle Oscar is hanging out with his wife and their unborn child. Or their child that wasn't born yet in the real world, and they are together ready to take their first photograph, which, you know, was supposedly supposed to heavily imply that he did in fact die, because that was the last like chapter, and that was how we ended the volume itself before we got into some like bonus meme side comic thing. But also it's a case of I didn't see it, so I don't know for sure. You know, Mochizuki had another month afterwards for the next chapter, so Mochizuki could have decided, you know what? I'm tired of that plot. Okay, we're doing this twist now. Actually, Uncle Oscar was never actually Uncle Oscar. Actually, Oscar and Zai were the same being through time travel and multiple personalities. And listen, there's a lot of things that we could try. Uncle Oscar was actually a chain the whole time. Like there's a lot of routes. There's a lot of routes that Mochizuki could do. But more
Oz was actually
Oscar? Oh my god.
Oscar.
Went from Oswald
Oscar.
to Oz to Oscar. Oscar was actually
To
the
Humpty
future
Dumpty?
Oz the whole time. Humpty Dumpty.
Oh my god.
You imagine though? Holy shit.
Maybe the real headhunter was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god. Yeah, we saw. I do want to highlight with Echo. We specifically saw Echo 2 times. The first time was a comedy bit where she shows up at the jail cell area that I think Oz is being kept at to try to make him feel better. She bribes the Baskervilles with the like plushie that she has. What was it, Junta plushie? I forget what it was called. It started with a J. Just kind of give them it, and they're like, is this a bribe? Haha, yay, all right, fine. And then they leave the room. I'm like thinking like, what? We're just gonna leave these two alone? Like, I understand the Baskervilles, as far as they know, Echo's on their side because Vincent, I guess. I think Vincent is still on
But
their
also,
side.
how old is Echo?
Yeah, you know.
One thing to do a comedy bit, the other is like she showed as like yeah, just
Just all very, very shy and nervous about stuff or whatever. Is that what you mean? Or because I forget.
No, it's just the whole bribe bit.
Oh yeah, bribing them with like a plushie or whatever. I mean, it was effective against them. I guess
It was very effective.
Well, I mean, Lottie acted like an adult there, and she's like, "Is this a bribe?"
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, well, I've got better things to do. I'll just okay, you sure?
Yeah.
You can talk to him for a bit.
Echo's doing the best out
I'm
here,
just
okay?
kind of like, I thought Echo was supposed to be like around Oz's age, but this scene, I'm kind of like, is she like 10? Like what?
Listen, Zoe is much older. Okay, Echo, on the other hand, listen. There's a lot going on.
Echo is the Oz, and they're actually been Benjamin Buttoning the entire time.
The whole time. Hey, listen. Interesting, convoluted way to establish that kind of premise, but you know what? Whatever. Fuck it. We go with it.
Fuck it.
I like Echo as like a comedy little side character. I think it's very cute. I liked that past chapter that we had a while ago where they had their little date together in the town. I liked those bits. I wish Echo had more screen time in a nicer, more focused kind of thing that Echo could actually be involved more in. Instead, she's just sort of the side character working under the insane dude who we tend to also forget about, except when Gil is like having an important moment. We forget about him. Everything that's going on with him. He did show up here. Okay, he did show up.
He didn't really do much. I'll be honest with you.
He really didn't, and that was kind of
he punched Break, I think, at some point.
Why? I mean, who hasn't really? When you think about it, who hasn't? You know, Echo is just. I'm gonna be honest, okay? I don't think I like that we did the whole Zwei multiple personalities. She's actually fucked up an evil thing. I don't think it adds anything because we don't even use Zwei as a character too much in this, or Zwei, however you say it. We don't even use them that much in this. We don't use them. Okay, cool, whatever. They don't use them.
They get used
even
as a plot device.
Like, I'd be fine with it if, like, you know, we added the multiple personality thing.
If they're not a plot device.
Oh my god, I'm just like, listen, I like Echo, okay? I want Echo to have fun time. We're at a point now where I've stopped giving a shit about a lot of the bonus memes for the most part, because there's a lot of fucking text on one page that we shoved all together, and it's for stuff that I just don't care about, that is just kind of boring to me. But I remember I've like flip-flopped on my opinion of this throughout the series. I'm like, you know, there's a lot of like super serious dark shit going on right now, okay? I kind of miss when we were like having these little like moments of the slice of life bits or whatever. But then earlier beyond that, I was like, why the fuck are we doing a arm wrestling event in the middle of town right now? What happened to the plot going on here? I've like flip-flopped my opinion on this kind of stuff, okay? But right now, I'm at the point where I'm just like, listen, I don't give a fuck about these bonus meme chapters, and I understand we're having the super heavy shit going on, but also I look at Echo and I say, what are you doing this plot? You are too nice and fun to be here. You don't belong in this series anymore, unfortunately, because the series has now just become something else, and it forgot about you the whole time it got to here. So you really have no role to play, and you probably will not have a development of any kind before the series ends at this point. So it's very unfortunate for Echo, I think. I think that's my main point here. I'm sad for Echo because I feel like we have no time for Echo now.
That she was such a perfect candidate to become an important character too.
Yep.
Because we get that whole like date scene and some genuinely heartbreaking backstory, and then yeah, that's it.
Echo has always been an interesting character to me in Pandora Hearts, just because of how out of place she is.
Yep.
Because not only in terms of the plot is she kind of just there sometimes, because she's introduced as like Vincent's servant, but then like after that they're like never together at all. Vincent's off doing like I don't even think he remembers her. Like, let's be real. But then there's also, from a design perspective, I really wonder how Mochizuki designed her, because she is just radically different than any of the other characters. Like, even with the girls, completely different. And there's no seeming reason why. It's just she's kind of dressed like that. You know, she's got her panties out and everything.
You know what I think happened, and I think this is more likely the case of what
No,
happened,
Ari,
given the
you're
type of
saying that
person
it's
She's on
Mochizuki
the
is.
side. If she liked
never
it, she
noticed
put it in her
that.
manga. That's what I think happened.
What I think happened is Echo was a completely different OC for like a completely different idea that she just never did, and she was like, you know what, she was a cute character.
Echo
Let me
used
bring
to
that into
have
here, and then
pants.
we didn't do anything with her. I think that's exactly what happened. So
Well, you see, what happened is
true.
Yeah,
True.
I could see. Yeah, I could see that. Personally, I think that she just saw like a design or two that she based off of Echo, and she's like, I need to design a character that's like this, and just designed Echo, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
But maybe there's some kind of documentation on it. I don't know. But she has always, like, even when I was first reading it, Echo really stuck out to me because of how she just sticks out like a sore thumb amongst all these other characters. She's just kind of there.
Echo
Kind of not.
have like a dress on one of the volume illustrations. Like, I thought that outfit was really nice. I'm like, bro, why don't you just use that?
See if I can find that.
I'm trying to think
Like,
because
I'm
I
sure it
know
happened.
they
It's
put
on
her
one
in
of
the
the
extra ones.
they put her in a very
covers.
fancy dress for when they're doing the bit in the town when they're having their little
Oh,
date.
yeah.
I remember that.
It
That
was
was really
really
cute.
nice.
Don't look up
Yeah.
Echo. I'll post it here.
Wait, why
Okay.
aren't I looking it up?
Probably because spoilers.
Because
so
you're
don't
not
do
done
it.
with the
Yeah.
series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, this dress is really cute. So,
I'll show it on stream.
Yeah, that's the dress.
that's a really cute design.
yeah, I really
There you
like
go.
Well,
this.
they're the
Meanwhile,
same, but
her
it's cute.
typical design is this, which, like, I don't hate her typical design, but it's just so atypical
not as
to
good.
everything else, and it's not as good. Yeah, I really
This is
like
the
this
typical
simple
one.
dress that Beginning
Maybe.
reminded us of.
Maybe Echo was supposed to be another boy. And then they were like, no, you can't do another one.
You can't have another boy.
Also,
I mean-
but wait.
Rip.
This art,
So
this
she never shows
art,
up again.
hold up. This art has ignited something in my brain. What
Uh-oh.
if
Wait,
she
oh
was a
no.
Toho
Uh-oh.
OC?
Oh, I see it.
All she
Alright, does
needs
that
is
not-
a little hat.
I can see
Wait,
it. I
Does
can
that
see
not,
it.
like,
She needs
No,
a
kind of-
little hat.
Does it not kind of like look kind of Zune?
Ari, you
I'm
can't
going-
fucking do
I'm
this to
going.
me.
Ari,
No,
you
because it
Put
does.
it
can't.
on Emma's
I know
page.
it does.
The punchline is
can't
truly
say it
missing
doesn't.
here.
Ari, you can't fucking do this to me.
Ari,
You know it kind of looks like Zune.
I just started playing
does.
Toho. You can't do this to me.
Maybe that's the real mystery of Echo. She was supposed to be in Toho.
Rajimoto is at it again.
She was
She would
supposed to
do
fight
wonders.
Reimu.
She would do wonders fighting Reimu. That's where she belongs. That's my statement.
Somebody
on
write this
Echo.
fic.
Just make
Fuck,
just
this is
listen,
why we need
listen,
Andy.
Devs, when you're making your next Toho fan game, just slip Echo in there and nobody will notice.
No one will notice.
Trust
No
me,
one will notice is the thing.
nobody will notice.
Completely
Your Hunter in chat said, you know, you might be
Oh.
cooking, the kitchen is burning down, but it's a form of cooking. You know,
Ari,
it is a form of
stop
cooking.
Chat, we're cooked.
Oh boy.
Hey, Mr. White, look what I
I will
made.
cook this place to the ground.
All right. I'm glad we
Well,
got to
that's
successfully.
my statement.
I'm glad we got to talk at length about Echo, more so than Mochizuki wants to talk about Echo. So you know, I'm glad we got to talk about her at least, okay? Because you know, she needs more appreciation, okay? Meanwhile, I guess Glenn and his crew.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Fucking hell.
Oh no! All
Tell me
right,
I'm
all
wrong.
right, I'll show it. I'll
Oh,
show it.
no.
I'll show it.
New
There you
Toho
go.
character.
She would be so much happier in Toho. Bring her to
me-
Gensokyo.
Let me pin that one.
It's
to
what
the
she
Get
sheet.
that
deserves.
girl and Gensokyo
Gensokyo.
right now.
Also put me in Gensokyo.
Is that a thing? Like an isekai? Like I I was playing too much Toho, and then I woke up in Gensokyo.
I'm
I
pretty
would
sure
not-
that's the plot of Lost Word.
That's why
Anyway,
you die, Ari.
we're not talking about Toho. We're talking about Pandora Hearts.
But consider.
But we
What
could.
Is there a Toho manga?
Is there?
There's so much.
All right, so Pandora Hearts, you remember that? I remember.
No,
it.
I don't.
I think things
who's
happen.
Echo?
I think things happen in it sometimes. I think I
Why am
could be
I
wrong,
being
though.
threatened here?
I could be wrong about things happening. Did I? Oh, I didn't turn off the image yet. Let me turn off the image. We don't need that anymore. You go away for now, Echo. We don't need you right now, but we will in the future.
Okay, Mochizuki.
I'm tired of playing with you. Okay, throw the
Mochizuki.
toy down. right.
Sin would appreciate her.
All right. What's his name? The Duke Barma guy. What's he doing these days? He's sort of trying to scheme, but not really. He explained a lot of the backstory stuff to the current Glenn, who is Leo. A lot of the like actual backstory stuff, which apparently this Glenn does not know yet because they are still gaining their memories back. I believe. I forget. I mean, because I think we explained and established that there's like final steps that Glenn has to do to regain his full form now. I forget what it was though, but I imagine it has something to do with the Raven or needing the Raven, but I don't exactly remember. They ended the contract, but then they established a new one. I remember they brought that up as a plot point because they wanted to try to, control control Gil to shut down the Raven, but they couldn't because they reestablished the new contract. It was a whole thing that they explained for the afterwards for a whole bunch of stuff that they explained later, just to establish that this is why Glenn could not stop Gil there. And it had to do with a whole bunch of rules that we didn't even realize existed yet, apparently. I don't know, okay? And then they have a cool shot where Glenn is saying, all right, gang, we're going. Where are we going? To Sablier. We're going. What does that mean? Are we going back in time or something? Are we going to start the tragedy? Are we doing a new tragedy?
We're going. Get in the car.
Get in the car? Okay. No, actually, it's get in the Jabberwock, right? Or the Jabberwocky, whatever this thing is called, this creature.
Jabberwock.
Yeah, the Jabberwock.
Going to Kentucky.
Because there was a bonus meme joke panel where it was them saying, all right, guys, we got to go. And we're taking this with us. And several of them were like, I don't want to get on that thing. I don't. And it's like a bubble of Glenn just saying, come on, guys, the world needs us. Okay, we got to save the day. Guys, come on, what's the delay? We got to go. It's like, I don't know if I want to get. I don't know if I want to get on that thing. The thing's looking at me weird. I don't like how those eyes are looking on this creature. I don't know.
Just the Jabberwock. What's wrong, chap?
I don't
Are
know.
you complaining? As usual.
I mean, often happens, yeah. Yeah, they're running through secret passageways. We have the doors are the things now. We have the doors established. Uncle Oscar's trying to take them through to the door that he can use his key on, in order for Oz and Gil to escape with Alice. Into, I believe these doors lead into the abyss. Is this correct? These are the doors that go into the abyss. I have to assume at least. And I guess Zai was ready to stop them and take control of the door and capture Oz. But Oscar's like, we just closed the door. Now, once the door's closed, it won't be opened up again for quite a while. Another rule you didn't know existed until now, because we just needed to make it up now.
Mochizuki, at it again.
Which, whatever, fine. Just excuse to say, okay, well, they don't have to worry about Zai right now. Okay, fine, we'll move on from that. there will be a confrontation with Zai before this is over. That just has to happen. Between Oz and Zai. It has to happen. If Mochizuki doesn't have that happen, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's Mochizuki writing. I don't know what to tell you, but listen. What else? I'm trying to make sure we cover the basis of the things that actually did happen, because again, a lot of the stuff that happened and a lot that we discussed was more just flashback things. Or like more different context for things that we've already understood before, given the new information that they've said to each other about these things. Yeah, I think at this point with this we covered most, if not all, of the core things that happened in the actual plot itself. Is there anything anybody else can think of that I'm missing or that people want to bring up regarding?
Right, remind me. So Glenn has subsumed Leo now, right?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, so Leo is functionally dead too.
In a way, I'm not sure how that works with the Glens, because they all hear the other Glens in their head. I guess. So it's not like they all assimilate into one new personality that just is the central Glen. At least it doesn't feel like it right now. It seems like all of the Glens are just a part of your collective consciousness, and so when you join that collective, you also become a part of that consciousness, which means Leo is somewhere in there still, along with the other
That
people.
sucks.
That's how I imagine it
10 of
going.
you in your head.
Well, they're not all you; they're other people, but yeah, they're like other
Let's just go for voice
personalities.
in general.
Well, I mean, yeah, that would be, I mean, that's a whole thing. But yeah, how many Glens were there at this point? Do we know? Have we established that? I know there was at least
quite a few.
like there's at least like
Two.
3, right? That we know of by name.
3. I think 4.
Probably. We
3
know
and a half.
we know Leo. We know Oswald. We know.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I only know 2. Wait, wait, who else would be? There was a there was a Glenn before Oswald. We know that.
Yeah, that's one.
There's at least
Then the next Glenn when they die, that's 2.
Hmm.
And then the new one,
Yeah.
that's the chain.
Yeah, and the problem with Glenn was
And
there was
then-
not a lot of Glens in between the tragedy and then now, because of the Raven situation, I guess, and just not, I don't know, awakening Leo, I guess, to this or something to that effect. There's a delay in the process of the new Glenn becoming a thing, after the tragedy, I guess, and so as far as I know, we have like 3 Glens. At least, but there's probably more. There's probably a lot more. But yeah, to answer your question, Shadow, as far as we know, as far as I understand it, Leo could still be in there somewhere, but essentially the collective Leo personality is more so taking over right now. That's how I understand it, at least.
The Glen Council will decide your fate.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else we want to bring up? Otherwise, we can very briefly talk about bonus meme stuff.
Oh, we got some bonus memes today, Chef.
I'm
Bonus
glad you're excited for them, because I remember some of them, but I was not
Remember
very.
memes.
I honestly didn't really care.
Well,
we had like
there
a
was
side
couple of them.
reading. So, well, the first thing we could talk about foremost is there was a bonus chapter side story thing for this week, which was. It was Raim and Gil talking about each other. It was Oz had been like, "Oh, you two are very similar because of this and
This. And,
actually maybe you guys really aren't that similar after all. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, except for this bit or whatever. And I think it was something like Gil was like, you insult Raim when you compare him to me, and then it was just Gil being like, I suck at this. Raim is just a god at this. A lot of that chapter was trying to. Raim is apparently just so good and dutiful and responsible and all that, and just is everywhere and on top of everything all the time. Everybody considers Raim to be like a myth almost of a person, which is how we got to the joke panel that you posted too. Yeah. Elliot just showing up, being like,
"Elliot's back.
Raim is real? I thought he was fiction." You know, yeah.
See, guys, Elliot's fine. He's just small now. He's not gonna do the same thing.
He regressed. Yeah, he regressed. You know, he's on that part of the cycle. He'll be back. He'll be back in no time. Okay, you all doubted.
Yeah, that's a plot he's off doing.
Yeah. Why not? You know, if it can happen for Jack,
why not Elliot too?
Yeah, why not Elliot? Why not? But yeah, it was like Raim, just everybody hyping up Raim, and Raim's just like, I just do what I have to, you know, I just do my thing. And then Gil's like punching him out like, and he's fucking humbled too, that piece of shit.
I'm a bitch.
It has some funny moments to it, but I think the thing that really kind of I don't like anymore, the bonus memes don't really interest me as much because they really do just load a lot of fucking text that I do not care about all at once on like one panel for like several panels on a page. It's big info dumps all at once that are not stretched out, and I just do not care for. And it makes it very.
We even get why Gil cooks.
It was reminding me a bit of like how Sailor Moon just packed a whole bunch of its stuff together, to the point where it made Sailor Moon take much longer to read than you would expect at times.
That was hell.
Yeah, and I feel like that with these bonus move chapters now, I guess. Oh, but then later on with that bit, they were trying to make Gil feel better. I mean, they did genuinely, like, you know, they do have a lot of qualities about Gil that they do like, but they were making him feel better too by highlighting, like, you know, you're very good at cooking. I like when you clean this thing. I like the way you I don't know, pat Alice's head or whatever. Some like we appreciate you for taking care of us. And
then side comment breaks like, but don't mention that this is not at all being useful at being an aristocrat. Don't mention that.
You don't mention that bit, okay? It's not important. Yes, that bit happened. It's a nice little cute slice of life moment, detached from everything going on, I suppose. But a lot of the other ones were like very short, like gags.
Pandora Hearts Cafe.
We had that one I did kind of like. We had the Pandora Hearts Cafe. Let's show the menu. Where's the menu?
Oh, I got you the menu. Here's the menu. Here's what we got the.
All right, we gotta place our orders at the cafe.
No, wait, what are you guys getting?
All right, here's what we have on the menu. We'll go through it. Gil's Sunny Coffee. Okay, this is in the hot drink section. Okay, we got Gil's Sunny Coffee. Gil's Devil May Care Coffee. We got 2 Gil coffees. Gil's Bashful Coffee. Oh my god, he gets 3 coffees.
Bashful Coffee.
Raim-san's Oh So Serious Coffee. And then Raim-san's Surprise Attack Coffee. And then Oz's Teehee and Sticking His Tongue Out Coffee. It's very specifically named. Okay, and it's the cheapest of the hot drinks. Okay. Then we go to our cold drinks here. We have Elliot's Proud Cafe Latte. And then you have Elliot's Hold Your Tongue, Boar. Have you no shame? I shall judge you. Masala chai tea? I don't know if that's how you say that, but I don't know what masala is. What is masala?
I've heard of... It's like a really nice tea from like India and Pakistan and
okay.
Other Middle Eastern countries make it as well.
Okay. Then you get Leo's shut-in fruit punch, plain old orange juice, not
Wait,
named
hold on.
after
Why
anybody.
is the orange juice so expensive? Wait, hold on a
The
second.
plain old orange juice.
There's just plain old orange juice, okay? It's
so expensive.
It tastes really, really good, okay? Because the other characters were not involved in creating it, so it doesn't have all the trauma. It doesn't have all the trauma involved with it. It's just orange juice. Just drink it. It makes you feel good.
No. We all know who made it. Come on, don't fool us, chap. We all
True. Then you
we
get.
all know Jack made it. You can't fool me, chap. I'm
I
one
don't
step
think that's
ahead.
true. I don't think that's true. Then you get Oz's little devil iced tea. Emily's
Iced tea become doubled.
little devil iced tea. And then you get Emily's leafy green smoothie. It's leafy green.
Delicious.
Thank you, Emily. How much does Emily's cost? 900?
Yeah, it's organic.
I'm gonna assume all this is yen. I'm gonna make that assumption. Which,
No, it's US dollars, which is about like a couple million in Canadian.
wow. Next, the
Wow.
food menu. We have Break's whimsical Neapolitan.
It sounds so
whimsical.
good.
It's whimsical. By the way, there are translation notes.
Neapolitan?
There's translation notes. Neapolitan's there. It's like spaghetti, right? Or am I remembering this wrong?
Like a spaghetti.
Yeah.
I've just
Spaghetti.
never seen that word before.
So the note for it, because there's several translator notes related to the menu. I think all the translator notes for this volume are related to the menu. We have Teehee and sticking his tongue out coffee. They wrote, the Japanese word for this coffee is tehe pero, which suggests an embarrassed laugh accompanied by sticking one's tongue out. It is often used when the speaker makes a mistake or wants to soften the other person's reaction.
So
then
it
you have-
fucked up the coffee is what you're telling me.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I just remembered what Napolitan is in
Yeah.
Japanese cuisine.
I'm gonna read it
It's
here because they do have it
fucking
here.
ketchup and hot dog spaghetti.
Yeah. They wrote that. Yeah, I'll read it here. Neapolitan, a Japanese pasta dish made with spaghetti and ketchup in
Oh
place
my
of
God.
spaghetti sauce. Onions,
Okay.
green peppers, and meats such as ham, sausage,
No.
or bacon are,
No,
are
if
other
you
common
see it,
ingredients. And the
it's
dish is typically
fucking
topped with
hot
powdered
dog,
cheese
bro.
and Tabasco. It's just it's ketchup.
No.
Okay.
It's freaking hot dog.
Look. Okay. I'm not gonna say it slightly, but all of Japan's banned from Italy.
I'm just saying, okay. Break said it's whimsical. It's whimsical.
It's whimsical.
Frank's also banned from Italy.
That definitely is a break dish, though. I won't deny that. Next up, Gil's sincere gratin. I forget what gratin is. Is that how you even say that?
Gratin.
Gratin. What is gratin? The word makes me feel like it's like a
basically
jelly.
Anything with a cheese that's bruleed on top.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see this now. Okay. This looks good, actually. Kind of hungry for this. What the fuck? Okay. Gil's lonely rice doria, which there's a translator know about doria, a Japanese comfort food dish of Italian heritage that is somewhat like a baked casserole made with chicken or seafood, rice, and vegetables, and doused in bechamel, white sauce, and cheese.
Very similar to gratin, but with rice.
Okay. And then Oz's nonsense sandwich. What's in the sandwich?
Not like an
Nonsense.
uncle sandwich.
It's a whole bunch of nonsense.
Is there going to be a Hertz donut later in the menu?
Zarigoto sandwich. Okay, we're the nonsense user here. All right, what else do we have here next? Here in the menu we have Elliot's. It's not like I made it for you, onigiri. It's you know, you gotta have the little tsundere Elliot dish. Why not? Leo's bookworm toast and
Hey,
Raimson's.
Why is the toast more expensive than the whole ass sandwich?
Well, because the sandwich is nonsense. So jot that down.
All right.
Ravesod's overtime full course meal. That one's the most expensive on the menu. 1,200.
Well, it is a full course meal, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
From Rame, okay? From Rame. So And he's working overtime for it. So you better fucking appreciate it. Desserts. Let's talk about some desserts here. Vincent's heart racing French toast. And
Because it's poisoned.
It's probably poison. But listen,
Poisoned.
it's French
There you
toast.
go.
Okay, French toast is good. I haven't had it in a while though. I should though.
But it has French in the name, chap.
Yeah, but it's good. Breaks, please won't you let me have some too? Chocolate cake. He really
Yes, I'd have 2 of those. One for no 3. One for him, one for me, and one for Emily.
You're only giving one to Emily? It's kind of fucked up.
She can have some of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of you, actually. I think she appreciates that. Strawberry cake for Oz. That's how it's written. Strawberry cake for
only
Oz.
he can have it.
You're not allowed to order this, okay? This
Just for
item,
art.
that's
You
not
just
for
order
you.
and watch him eat it.
You're buying it for him. You send it to him, and you get to watch him eat it. Yeah, just to make him feel better. Okay, he's gone through a lot. Okay.
You're gonna get an eating ASMR. Just what you wanted.
And then there's the pay Gil back apple pie. That's what it's called. You pay Gil back with an apple pie. Yeah, all donations. It's also one of the cheapest items on the menu at 400. I think there's the cheapest is the 350 one, I think, with the Oz's Tehe Pero coffee thing there. And then lastly we have under the eye mole pancake garnished with a vampire tooth. 700. What the fuck is going on there?
Delicious.
What is happening here? What is that a reference to?
What do you mean, chap? It's Morbid time.
What? Michael Morbius?
Morbid out.
What is he doing here? Who is the vampire? Under the eye mole pancake? Who has the eye mole?
Chap, you're the mole. It all makes sense now.
All right. Well, they're waiting for our visit. I'll have you know. There's a nice little bit. Got to go through comedy menu items with that. And then the other comedy bit that they had on the other volume was the prequel to one of the joke VNs that they had. This time it was Pandora. The last one was Pandora Academy. Now it's Pandora, I think, University or something. I forget which one it was. I'm trying to find it.
Have fun. I think it's at the very end.
Yeah, I just had to remember. No, it is. I just had to remember which volume it was. Yeah, it was Doki Doki Pandora University. That's what we have for this one. Boom. And
the thing I would like to highlight is this panel specifically.
Okay, we'll get there. Hold on. Let me just grab this. It doesn't want to save it. No, that's cool. I didn't want to save it either, honestly. I never wanted to save the image so then I could drag it on stream. There you go. Doki Doki Pandora. And then let me get the second image here. There we go. Okay, so let's look at... Okay, wait. You need to go underneath this for a second. This is our cover of
Breaks a freak.
it. Breaks a freak? What did he do now? What did he do now? You're talking about the text that's related to him, maybe? I don't remember what it said about him.
Oh, no. You're bold to put coffee in a test tube.
Hey, Mr. White, look at me go.
We have to cook. Oh, yeah, because they all get like little quotes there. Okay, let me read the top bit. The prequel to Doki Doki Pandora Academy is finally available on mobile. You can play it on your phone. Holy shit. Gilbert, a Japanese teacher in the previous game, and Raim both appear as new and shiny college first years. For some reason, Break is in a lab instead of the infirmary? You'll meet Jack before Pandora Academy began, taking care of him. Now, their hidden past will be revealed. Let's go now and see them enjoying their college lives in real time. Free to play.
See, there's a joke to make here. Problem is Andy isn't here. So
Break is a scientist.
Many of the dialogue here is just like boring, like, oh, I'm surprised to see you here. Let's meet tomorrow at this time or whatever. But then you get some shit like Break going, oh no, you're bold to put coffee in a test tube.
I mean, yeah.
And then this one, is he? I think these are like options,
Vincent.
right? Is he
Vincent.
lost? Is he your kid brother? Gilbert-kun, that's against the law. Wait, what? What's happening? This one says Levi? Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, it says
I'm-
evil.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Evil,
I completely
yeah,
forgot
evil.
because Levi was just a thing last week, and I literally only remember him from the Aztec thinking Levi's evil backwards bit. I could not tell you. I could just completely blocked out that Levi was a character, and we just learned about Levi last week because we Levi's just a character. It's like, okay, we know about him. All right, haha, moving on now.
Okay, but who's the guy in the screenshot above him that's got the similar kind of hairstyle? The one that's like
Oh,
super big on the cover, right beside Gil on the left bottom. Who is that?
Let me bring up the cover.
Dad.
Where is it? Where's my image? Is it over here? Oh, I have it hidden. That's why. Okay.
Who is
fuck is
this?
Was that not supposed to be a Levi? I thought that was Levi. I don't know anymore.
No, because Levi
Is the
Levi
top
is
one, right? The
what?
top left one?
is.
Well, now I
Yes.
don't fucking know. Is the top left one supposed to be Barma and we just labeled it wrong? Or is the bottom one supposed to be Barma? I don't know.
No,
One
it's
gotta be
no.
The
Barma,
bottom one
right?
is Barma, but the top left one is definitely Levi.
Okay.
True,
the-
Saul. That is Arthur from Blue Exorcist.
And then the bottom
Thanks,
left.
Paul.
Elliot's brother.
Oh. I don't remember his name, but maybe because there's the other person next to the guy at the bottom.
Oh yeah, hold on. I think we're getting somewhere.
Maybe.
We're solving the mystery, gang.
I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot that they were characters, and I don't know why Mochizuki included them in this. To
Don't
be
worry.
honest.
Okay,
Yeah,
we read Umineko. We can solve these
What-
mysteries. No problem.
What about Vincent or any of the other boys? What about Glenn? Or
Leo, where's Leo?
Elliot?
Where's Elliot? We can get
Where's our boy Elliot? Elliot's dead. Okay,
What do you
Too
mean?
soon.
He's fine, Jeff. I just
it's
saw
too
him.
soon. Okay, it's too soon.
Too soon.
It's fucked up. Okay, so the other thing that we have the
He got what he
afterword.
deserved.
We have the oh god. We have the afterword things. Let me see what we wrote this week. Volume 19's afterword. Mochizuki's musings. I'm becoming more and more of an expert on various energy drinks these days. They only work for a limited time though. That's all we wrote there. And then in volume 20, she wrote Mochizuki's musings, volume 20. At long last, Pandora Hearts has reached volume 20. I really don't know what to write in this space anymore. Eep. Eep.
Thanks.
That was her
Mochizuki.
musings. That's what she had to say.
It'd
It
be
was
like
very
that
important.
Sometimes.
I mean, it does. It do be like that. She does also include a cute little image of her being boiled, her little mascot character being boiled in a cauldron by Ada, doing her Umineko witchcraft stuff, which I will show on stream.
Umineko.
Yeah, because everybody knows, witches were only from Umineko. They didn't exist anywhere else.
Of
We all
course.
know this. Yeah,
Yeah. There are no witches, Ari.
it's true. That's true. Yeah. So, what else do we have here? Because I think we've went over. Was there any other bonus memes that you wanted to highlight, Shadow, or anybody else?
No, I think everything.
I think those is like the bulk of it. Because all the other ones are just like small little jokes, which I think we've already mentioned earlier on stream, anyways. So, okay. So at this point in time, we're in the end game stuff. We have like what 2 more weeks of this, because it has like what 24 volumes. So we got 2 more weeks of Pandora Hearts. We're near the end. What's gonna happen? Who's gonna live? Who's gonna die? Who are we gonna remember exists? I don't know.
Break.
Is Break gonna exist? Does Break currently exist? Or is
Yeah,
Break
Yes.
he's been
actually
around.
Emily regressing and then growing up
No.
several times over the
Don't
years?
tell me Emily's a kid. Emily's a little sassy lady who is full of life.
And whimsy.
And
Whimsy
souls.
and Neapolitan.
Of course. The
Yeah,
fault is
she
very important.
loves ketchup, weenie, spaghetti.
Look, that's still sin. You can't prove me wrong.
Bone apple tea, okay? Bone apple tea.
I can't believe
Well,
that's his
apple tea.
favorite food. Fucked.
It's whimsical. All right. I'm gonna
I'm
order a
just glad
nonsense
that I got
sandwich.
what I wanted, and people are dying.
You already got the people that you wanted to die dead, okay? What more do you want? Who else do you want to
What more
die?
do you possibly
No, don't
want?
say who
Oh,
else you
well,
want. Don't say answer
if you're
that.
asking.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Who don't you want
You're
to
laughing. People are dying. You're
Echo.
laughing.
die? That's true. I don't want Echo to die either, okay? I want Echo to live a nice,
I want
happy
nice things
life.
for Echo.
But if she
Uh,
dies, she'll get reincarnated into Gensokyo.
Yeah, yay.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll put a bow on her head and she can be a Toho.
Okay, they
Alright.
can kill Echo then. That's
All
fine.
right, I guess I guess she gotta
Yay.
go. Yeah.
She's- oh,
that's-
look, she's having fun with Cyrano and the rest of them.
One day I'll understand these characters'
Oh,
I feel like
She
Gil
kissing
will
Reimu?
probably die.
Not sure. Not sure how Reimu will. Maybe they'll be friends later after
Everyone
the
kisses
fight.
Reimu.
What the fuck?
You gotta fight
What are you
first.
guys on?
Oh my god. All right. Does anybody
Yeah,
else
the
have?
kiss is a part of it.
All right. Does
Ooh.
anybody else have anything else that they want to add regarding either their thoughts about the reading this week, their hopes are in the future, or stuff in general? I guess we'll go through the list for general feelings this week, going towards the end of the series. Andromeda, how you feeling?
I mean, I feel like I've made my feelings pretty clear. So I guess I will continuing on with the list. I'm gonna say, I do hope Oz makes it. I like the kid.
Aw.
He's alright.
He's all right. Yeah. What about Jack though? Do you want Jack to make it?
It would be really funny.
It would be funny. This is true.
It would be really funny if they're like the only two left alive.
Mochizuki.
And I hope Alice lives, but I also kind of want Alice to go to Gensokyo.
Is that what we're just gonna call all of them dying? Just
They're
When
gonna
you
get
die, you go to
Gensokyo'd.
Gensokyo.
Elliot is the
I just
the
want
second
all
male
of the female
character in
characters to get
Gensokyo.
used.
I can't wait to see Uncle Oscar. Okay, moving on. To...
So
He'll be the shopkeeper's
the only butler
attendant.
in Gensokyo.
Talk about force femme.
All right. Anything else, Anne?
No, I'm good.
All right. Arimia, what are your thoughts?
I think I pretty much said them earlier. I was glad. Well, I was glad that we did slow down in some parts, but then in other parts, it felt like it needed more slowing down because there's just when she gets to explaining, she kind of just gets in a rush, and she's just like, just look, I gotta explain this to you right now. And this happened, and this happened, and this is, and this, and it's like, okay, there's way too many Alices going on. I need you to just slow your roll just a bit, ma'am, please.
You should
So
go
I'm
faster.
still wondering how much that editor was paid. But I mean, I'm still enjoying it because the art is wonderful. I do like a lot of the character designs for the most part. I know I mentioned that last week, but I do like Alice. I love her design. Despite the midi skirt. Because the coat and hair is just so unique. But like I love the art. I still like the story for the most part. Just need a better editor. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Not much more that I haven't already said. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Next up, me. Again, I already went through a lot of my thoughts. I think if I had to wrap up some of my things though, and for the things that I want, I feel like now we're at a point where hopefully Mochizuki can't do a lot of quirky things with the writing that would make me feel frustrated like I have been at times with how the writing has gone at times. Like I said, I don't hate Pandora Hearts despite how critical it sounds like we are with a lot of this stuff. It's more so just to talk about and talk through my kind of understanding of what seems to work and not work for me at bits when it comes to that stuff. But overall, like, it is still a story that keeps me engaged with what's happening with it. And especially with how Mochizuki establishes these characters. I really do like a lot of these characters. It's just how they're handled as parts of the plot that kind of get frustrating at times, but you know, it's fine. We work through it. We deal with it as Mochizuki decides things get twisted or recontextualized, you know. I would say that for what I want, okay, I want, you know, I want Oz to be a happy like existence. I don't want this to end up
happy.
I don't want this to be a thing where Oz ends up having to sacrifice himself in order to save everybody else. Kind of like the whole bit where Elliot, you know, showed up at first and like, I hate self-sacrificing idiots, and then he had to end up doing that himself or whatever. I don't want that kind of fate for Oz as well. I want Oz to get to a point where he can accept himself and you know, maybe have a moment where his father could actually see that Oz is not the same as Jack, and look beyond all the other stuff that was happening related to Oz's inception, so that like we can, like, you know, see Oz as a different thing, and we can actually I want them to have a bonding moment, okay? I want that, all right? I want them to be happy, okay? I want Oz to be happy, and I want Oz to stop fucking acting like how was it worded towards the beginning of the series, okay, like it'd be better off if he was just gone. I don't want him to be like that. I want him to be happy, okay? I wish the best for you, Oz. I also wish the best for Echo, okay? Everybody else, I'm like, okay, I guess I hope the best for you guys too, but I'm not as invested with. So honestly, like, Alice was a character that I wanted to have more of a impactful role with this, and now it sort of feels like with Alice, for me at least, where it's like Alice is a character that I would like if we didn't forget about her for like
so bad.
we forgot about her for like most of the series. I'm gonna be honest, and she's like one of the core characters. She is herself like one of the MacGuffins that we've introduced into this story. And we just kind of forgot about her until now. And even when we brought her back up, we did it in such a confusing way. I don't know which Alice I'm supposed to root for and what either of them wants compared to the other one. So yeah, anyways, all that to say, I wish the best for Oz especially. I would have wished the best for Elliot, but he's fucking gone. And I'm still mad at Mochizuki for doing that.
We were just Chap.
I'm still mad at Mochizuki over that. But it had to happen, I suppose. But still, okay, there's an Elliot-shaped hole in my heart. All right.
Elliot-shaped.
It's very Elliot-shaped. It's listen. Don't worry about that. You're not a cardiologist. You don't get to look at that.
Not yet.
Is there anything else that I mean, because we're really getting to the end. So I don't really even know if I want to try to lock in any predictions. It's more so just things that I want. And I want the very nice accepting moments, okay? Everybody all has their trauma things that they're dealing with, and I want everybody to have the nice resolutions regarding that. I want to see how Mochizuki handles that properly. We've had little bits and pieces where each character reflects upon the fact that they're dealing with their trauma, but now I want to see it more directly addressed more. And I can at least probably assume that this will be more so the thing with Oz. It may be more so related to Oz and his dad, at least. That bit will probably have a resolution, and Jax will probably also be addressed as well. Everybody else, I don't know if Mochizuki is going to have time for them all, but I hope we try to fit some of the characters in. I don't know. We'll see. So, anyways.
Can I piggyback off of something you said real quick?
Go right in.
If this does turn into Oz having to sacrifice himself, I'm going to be so fucking annoyed.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
Such a... Like, especially when the early volume spent so long trying to beat that out of Oz.
Yeah.
To then go around and be like, by the way, he was right the whole time.
Oz was right.
So fucking stupid.
So here is my prediction.
Goddamn time.
Here's my prediction. Because I don't want Oz to do the self-sacrificing thing, and like you said, we spent a lot of time making it be like, hey, you shouldn't do that kind of deal. I think the self-sacrifice is more so going to be Jack. I don't know how it works with their whole body situation, but I feel like it's going to be a whole thing where Jack tries to sacrifice himself in order to save the day from something, from a MacGuffin situation that I still don't fully understand, and then everybody's fine, but Jack has to go, probably. Jack is probably going to go in some way, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I don't hate the series. I just want to make this clear. I don't hate the series. I have nitpicks about it, but I very much do enjoy the series. I feel like I have to keep defending this every week with this. I don't hate the series. I don't. I enjoy it. It's very good. It's very engaging. It's very thought-provoking, which is why we talk a lot about this stuff. And it's also thought-provoking when it comes to focusing on how the writing has progressed with that, because it's important to also focus on those aspects of it too. What works and doesn't work with those kind of things. That's important too, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the story itself is bad. Things could have been tweaked. More of editor input could be valuable in some cases like this, perhaps. But in general, you can definitely still feel the passion of the characters from the author, and that goes a long way, along with the very, very amazing art. So that's my thoughts. Shino, what are your thoughts about Pandora Hearts currently? What do you got? What do you got for us? Anything you want to express?
I'm just having a great time as usual. Honestly, I kind of teared up during the Uncle Oscar part, so that was nice. Yeah, looking forward to reading the rest of it.
Uncle Oscar. Man. Ending this week with the Uncle Oscar heaven scene. Man.
Y'all wanted character deaths.
Yeah, and I got it.
You got what you wanted, Chip.
Hey, I didn't say I wanted Mochizuki to remember Oscar existed to fucking kill him. I didn't want that, okay?
How did you not see that was what's gonna happen?
We forgot Oscar existed.
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna forget Oscar existed. He was just never gonna show up again. I just thought that was gonna happen. I didn't think that they would actually be here, but whatever. It's fine. All right. Anything else, Shino? That was all you had, I think?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Thank you so much for that. Shadow, what do you got for us?
Personally, I'm kind of the same issue I did with Sarah. I kind of wish more characters. Like Echo just kind of exists.
Hold up. Your mic is breaking up a bit. I don't know what you said.
What the fuck? Where did I break up?
I don't. Just start from the beginning.
Okay. I'm kind of the same issue I did with Sailor Moon, where like I kind of wish characters just got to do something instead of just kind of exist like Echo.
Okay, yeah.
Also, I forgot Zwei existed until that last chapter.
Me too. So I still can't believe I forgot Levi existed until we looked at that joke panel thing. Oh my god.
Like, why does exactly one think and then just kind of vanishes?
So I showed up to be like, oh, actually, Echo has multiple personalities, and I'm the personality that wants to fuck Vincent. Because Vincent has a harem of freaks. That's just how we are here in this group. And I just really want to let you, the reader, know that Echo is not an exception to this. So I just want to really let you guys know.
Hold on, Chef. I feel like we got to make the mention that every woman in Pandora Hearts is some sort of freak, even Sharon.
No, that's not true, okay? Mochizuki has handled women in this series in two ways, two paths. Your paths are, you are introduced, hinted that you are going to have an important plot, and then we never talk about you again, or you are an insane, crazy woman who also wants to fuck Vincent. These are the two paths that you take in Pandora Hearts.
You take the red pill and blue pill.
The only exception,
That's also Alice.
the only exception to this really was Vanessa Nightray, who was immediately killed. So I don't know.
I think she counts. I'll be honest with you.
You know, but yeah. So there you go. All right. Anything else, Shadow?
No, that's all.
Okay, sweet. Spaghetti, what are your thoughts on Pandora Hearts at this point?
There's a really long wait at this cafe. Can I get the Emily's leafy green smoothie and the Break ketchup spaghetti, please?
Coming right up.
That'll be all.
It's called Break's
Sorry,
whimsical
Break what?
Neapolitan.
Plain old orange
The
juice.
Breaks weenie ketchup spaghetti.
I don't think that's not what it's called on our menu. I'm looking at the menu. I believe it's called Break's Whimsical Neapolitan. Is that what you're looking for?
Same thing. Just
I'll take some orange juice and bookworm toast.
Orange juice. Okay, the
I like that
plain
it's specifically
plain
old
orange
orange juice.
the plain old orange juice.
Because it's plain, comma old,
Plain old orange juice.
not plain old.
It was
Just
actually
old
from the
orange juice.
tragedy. Okay, we time traveled it up to here, so it's fine.
It's
It went
been
through some
preserved
regression.
with little specks of blood and dust.
How would you like your orange juice aged?
Like
Okay.
a fine wine.
Yeah, I like orange juice like my wine. Old.
Would you like
Well,
anything for
yeah.
dessert as well?
Shadow wants a dusty orange juice.
Except I hate dessert.
Well, I wasn't asking you. Okay, you're not the one at the table making the order. Okay, I'm asking Spaghetti. All right, who's placing the order?
I want 3 of the chocolate cake.
Okay, yes, going right up with that.
Oh, can I get one of those too?
No.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good talk. Anyways, anybody have anything else that they want to mention about anything regarding the series? Anything that you meant to bring up earlier, just thought about? Anything they want to bring up now?
Actually, there's
What do you got?
one thing.
Yeah, what's up?
I kind of wish some of the stuff from the bonus people would just actually fucking plot instead of just relegate to the side.
At least with the side story comic that we had towards the end, I would agree. With some of the other ones, I don't really care too much when it
Oh yeah,
comes
also
to that kind of thing.
I forgot one thing. Rem has just been asleep this whole time.
Yeah,
Every-
Rams. I mean, I just assume that's also the case for Ada. Again, like I said, I don't remember the last time we saw Ada other than we knocked her out to deal with the situation at the party. I don't remember what happened to Ada afterwards. Raim woke up at some point, I thought, though, right? Raim woke up.
Yeah, you just woke up.
Okay, he just woke up and he found something left for him. I don't remember what it was. Or he found something. I thought he found something and that's how we left him. But Raim is a thing. Raim is still alive for now. We got time to kill him off, though. Don't worry.
Bye now.
No.
We got plenty of time. Listen, he used up his contract thing. What was it? The March Hare? We used the March Hare already, okay? Does he
I
get
would
to
use
do
it
it
again.
again? Probably not. I don't know how that works, but it was an asshole that we brought that in place anyways, so, whatever. Anyways, that's all we have for this week with Pandora Hearts Volumes 19 and 20. We will be back next week at the usual time at 9 o'clock Eastern Time every Thursday. back here on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time to discuss more Pandora Hearts. We're getting close to the end. We got 2 more weeks of Pandora Hearts. Next week is volume 21, 22, and then we have 23, 24, the finale of Pandora Hearts, and then we'll be all set with that. And then afterwards, we're going to be starting with Bloom Into You, which was the next one we had already voted for. After that, we're going to have to start the vote for a new series afterwards. So we'll be doing that. When that happens, we'll probably take a break once we're done with Pandora Hearts, just because it was a long series. I mean, that's up to you guys if you want to take a week break before we get into Bloom Into You. I would probably like it, just because this was a long series, but you know, if you guys just want to get right into it, I'm fine with that too.
So we're not taking a break, Chef. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, well, anyways, we'll figure that out. We'll talk about that, and we could talk about it together in the Discord, which you can join by going to discord.wolfborg.com. You could type it in right now and you could go to it instantly. Did you know? You could go there and you can grab yourself the Anime Book Club role and you can just be a part of the discussions. You can even join the voice chat when we have these, and you can just be a part of this. Nothing stops you. You could just come in, say hi, and you're just part of the crew now. As long as you do the readings, well, you're more than welcome. But if you don't want to be a part of the live stream, that's perfectly fine too. You could just chat with us in the chat. We have the art spam chat where we just post fan art related to the series we've read. We have a spoiler chat where we just talk about the current readings. It's a fun time here, okay? It's a fun time, and you get to be a part of the votes too. We allow people to suggest any kind of series they want. So if you're interested in that, join us there. But if you just want to watch the streams, you can make sure you're following on Twitch, Twitter, whatever social media stuff, and subscribed on YouTube. All the VODs primarily live on YouTube, so if you miss it live, it's going to be there. But we host this on all 3 at the same time. So if you're interested in all that, be sure to check those out. So thank you so much again, everybody. Let's see who's online, and we'll raid you guys out. By the way, guys, we established a raid message now. Okay, we have a raid message command. Will you guys actually use it? I don't know. You don't necessarily have to, but it's there if you would like to. I will at least use it. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's see who we're gonna raid today. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh my God, so many people. It's like too many. This is like more than 2 people.
Read all of them. Everyone open every single stream
at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have. Yes. I don't even have enough viewers to do that. I don't even know if Twitch allows that. That feels like that would be super against some kind of rule. I don't actually know how that works. Can you
believe in yourself?
Oh,
can't
sorry, I forgot the power of belief. Oh, silly me! I could have done that the whole time.
Yeah, Oz, come on.
Just believe in yourself, okay? Just believe. Oh, Rudy's streaming. Okay, yes, because Rudy was starting late today. All right, Rudy is playing Donkey Kong Country. Let's go say hi.
Let's go.
Goodbye. Whole country? Yeah, the whole country. All right, the whole country. Goodbye, gamers. Goodbye. I will talk to you next week. Actually, before next week, we are also planning to do Saturday. We're gonna be watching Girls Last Tour. We're gonna be watching the first 6 episodes of that.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be doing that, and then next week we're gonna finish up Girls Last Tour, and then afterwards we get to start a bit of Sailor Moon together as a family.
Wow. Hold on, Chet. We can start Pandora Hearts.
We're not starting Pandora Hearts yet. We have to start Sailor Moon, okay? You can't delay it for too long, all right? We can't be delaying it like that. All right. Anyways, gamers, we'll talk to you all at some point. If you're showing up here tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Saturday, I'll see you guys then. If not, I'll see you guys next week. I can't talk anymore. Goodbye. Bye-bye, stream. Bye-bye.